This afternoon, I'm Donnie Bjoris alongside Kevin Simpson. The Bobcats taking on the Pinedale Wranglers in the final game of the regular season at Leroy Hayes Field. The Bobcats officially eliminated from postseason contention on Tuesday when they fell to Big Piney 27-6. So both the Bobcats and the Wranglers finishing up their high school football season here this afternoon in Thermopolis, 2A West Conference football. Glad to have you with us. I'll bring in my partner Kevin Simpson here. And Kevin, disappointing Tuesday, the loss in Big Piney. I know the coaches were disappointed. The players were disappointed. I just talked to Coach McPhee. He said the quietest bus ride that he's ever been on with a high school team on the way home Tuesday. I guess the challenge today is getting these kids fired up and ready to play a final football game of the season, knowing that there's nothing really on the line. There's no game after today.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be a lot harder if it wasn't senior night and they weren't at home, because I think these 10 seniors on the roster kind of really want to go out with a good taste in their mouth, and they want to play their last game and have it mean something to them, probably personally more than anything. So yeah, I mean that's definitely a hard pill to swallow going home on Tuesday from Big Piney and taking that loss, taking that one on the chin. But I mean it's a beautiful day for football. It's the kids seemed like they were in good spirits out there on the field pre-game. So I think those seniors are going to kind of rise up today and push a lot of people to perform well.
Glad to have you with us. Final game of the regular season between the Bobcats and the Pinedale Wranglers. We'll continue with the Gotchi Rehab pregame show after this timeout.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to the Gotchi Rehab pregame show, leading you up to kickoff between the Bobcats and the Pinedale Wranglers. The Cats coming in 2-5 on the season after that loss on Tuesday, 2-4 in conference play. Pinedale winless on the season. They are 0-7 overall and 0-6 in conference play. Just going to go back, recap briefly that game on Tuesday that the Bobcats played over at Big Piney. Makeup game from week 2 of the regular season when the Bobcats were in that 2-week stretch of no school, and so that game rescheduled for Tuesday. I made the comment at the game on Tuesday. I don't think anybody, when they rescheduled that game, really thought that the game would have as much importance as it ended up having, as both Big Piney and Thermopolis at the time were playing for one of the 4 spots from the West to get into the state playoffs that will start next week. And Bobcats down at the half. Kevin had been shut out in the first half, came out second half, got a blocked punt, weren't able to capitalize on a 1st and goal from the 9. A series later, picked off a pass, brought it back to the 4-yard line, finally did cash in there, and it was a 13-6 game. And really, up to that point, all the momentum in the second half was with the Bobcats, with that blocked punt, the pick. They were just really controlling everything early in that, or half of that third quarter. And then everything changed in the ensuing kickoff when Big Piney takes it 70 yards for a touchdown and pushed it to a 20-6 lead. And from there on, Thermopolis just never able to get that same momentum back that they had that first half of the third quarter. And really, I guess talking to the coaches here since that game finished up, that's probably the thing that bothers them the most is how that momentum went away with that one special teams play.
Yeah, it was like all the air got taken out of the Bobcats' sails there, and you had everything trending in the right direction. And big plays just kind of do that to you. It's those mental mistakes, breaking outside contain on that kick return that really kind of broke that open and took all that was kind of it for the Bobcats after that. And that is frustrating for a team and for those coaches, and I'm sure that attributed to the long bus ride home back over South Pass on Tuesday.
Switching gears now, looking to this game here to close out the regular season. Bobcats taking on a team that hasn't won a game this season. Frankly, they've struggled for a few years now over in Pinedale. We certainly know what that's about. I remember years here where Thermopolis was going through exactly what Pinedale's going through right now, where you're struggling to find any kind of a win. But this is a program that until 2 weeks ago hadn't even scored during the season. They had been shut out in their first 5 games of the year. On paper, this looks like it should be one-sided. But it has to transfer from paper onto the grass.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason you play the game. If that meant anything, we wouldn't be standing up here calling a game today. It's something that I'm pretty sure Coach McPhee said, look, this is what we're facing, but we're not going to overlook that. We still have a job to do, and I know at practice this week he was definitely talking about, do your job, do your assignments, and be disciplined. So obviously it's still a job for them to do no matter who the opponent is.
And as you mentioned in the opener there, I think a little extra motivation for every one of those kids in the purple and gold today is the fact that you want to send your seniors out on the right note to finish out their high school career. 10 kids playing their last home game here at Leroy Hayes Field. It's always bittersweet. Every year, and I don't know how many senior nights I've gone through with these kids and with my own kids, you still get a little bit emotional when you see these kids are playing their last home game. I'm watching parents down here as the kids are getting introduced. They even get a little choked up. It finally starts to hit home that this is it, and an opportunity for these kids to send those seniors out on the right foot today.
Yeah, and I think definitely their teammates want to do that for them. And like I said, you come out of that game in Big Piney, you're deflated, but I think they're probably going to take a little frustration out. I think those seniors are going to come out here and maybe try to prove a point in their. Number one, I just hope that they're come out here and have a little fun today.
Absolutely. Take a quick break, come back. Kevin had a chance to sit down with Coach McPhee. We'll have that interview and more. You're listening to the Gotchi Rehab pregame show. Back after this timeout.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Kevin Simpson sitting down here once again for the third time in a week with head coach of the Bobcats, Matt McPhee. Matt, a pleasure as always.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kevin.
Thermopolis goes down to Big Piney on a Tuesday makeup game, falls to the Punchers in a 27-6 game, a game that was heavily dominated in time of possession and turnovers by Big Piney. What are your thoughts on that game, and what made to be the biggest difference in determining that outcome, you think?
Well, we've had a chance to watch it back a little bit. Obviously, you were there. We got to watch the game unfold right in front of us. A couple things stick out. Number one, proud of our kids. I think they battled, they fought. we were able to take it away and close the gap to a one-score game there in the third quarter. And this was after blocking a punt, which was another big one. We blocked the punt coming out of the second half, get it at the 10, and we were unable to convert. So really, I think what we took away from it, what the difference of the game, one big thing was field position. We didn't do a very good job of bringing the ball out on kick return. And then obviously we gave up a big one. Right when we had that momentum, we gave up a return for a touchdown. So, field position, special teams, they say, we talk about it, we practice it. We're not doing a good enough job. And, we've got one more contest to try to clean that up.
So unless my math is wrong, which it has been before, the loss eliminates the Bobcats from the playoff picture. But what's your message to the team with that in mind and with the quick turnaround that we have as you prep for Pinedale?
Well, we knew going into Mountain View that we told the kids our playoff streak started then, and we knew we took care of business at Mountain View. We were unable to at Big Piney. We've got nine seniors, and we've played so much football. I think it's great to be young, and I don't think these kids. I know some of them are disappointed, but I think they're in, disappointing not to win, to know that we're not going to go to a week 9, but these kids are competing right now. They're excited. They get to play at home. We get to celebrate these seniors and thank them for the hard work and dedication to this program. And I think we don't need to externally motivate them a whole bunch going into Friday. I think they're ready to go.
So Pinedale's your final opponent at home. They rank last in terms of yards per game, points per game in 2A. Pinedale also gives up the most points and yards per game in 2A football, according to what I've seen. Obviously, a very winnable game for the Bobcats to finish off the season on a positive note. Kind of what's your game plan as you head into that game against Pinedale?
Well, our game plan's pretty similar every week. We want to run the football. The games that we've done real well, we've ran the ball really well. We don't want to be, one-faceted, if you will. So we'll throw it around a little bit. We want to get our seniors involved. That's one thing that looking at the game plan is for Pinedale is, we've got some seniors that we'd like to spotlight a little bit on Friday night, and so we're going to attempt to do that, but not to take away from what we do in normalcy, if you will. So we're going to go out there and defend, and Pinedale, like you mentioned, they're not having a great season, but they're going to come in and you look at us on paper, and they don't know possibly that our best football player wasn't in on Tuesday, and that might have changed things a little bit here and there. But by no means are they going to look at us and be scared. So they'll come in and give us their best punch.
So you kind of alluded to my last question. Then it's senior night. You're going to highlight those seniors. I'm expecting to see a fair dose of those guys on the field. Maybe even work in some of those underclassmen as you prepare them for next year. Just kind of what's your health going into Friday night? I know you guys have been banged up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're pretty healthy across the board. We lost Rhodey Farrell in the Mountain View game, and his status is still day to day at this point. So, what a good young man. Unfortunate that we lost him in that contest, but great thing is we've got him for another year, and I think you hit it on the head. I think it's going to be a mix Friday night of trying to play a couple seniors, maybe in a couple more possessions and series than they normally would play, and then hopefully we get to a point where we can play some young kids and kind of look out there and go, hey, this is what the future of the program looks like.
So for our last rapid fire, I decided to change it up once again on you. It's the last game of the season. It's senior night. We're going to play a game of who's most likely to. I'm going to ask you a question. You tell me which player, manager, or coach, including yourself, this statement fits. You ready for this?
So you're not giving me names.
You're going to give me the name.
I'm going to give you the name. It's got to be someone from our team.
Yes.
Staff, players.
Yes. Or staff, players, managers, whatever. Yep. Coaches. You ready?
Gotcha.
Who's most likely to oversleep and miss the bus?
Darren Elder.
Who's most likely to bench press the most weight?
Well, that's got to be Boone Bowker. Coach Bowker.
Who is most likely to shave their head due to a bet or dare, and you don't count because you're pretty much bald?
That's Coach Forcella. And in fact, I'm glad you brought that up because he wanted to make a bet with me this Friday, and I think that will be the stakes.
Who's most likely to win the lottery?
Boy, probably that's got to be Coach Bowker as well. He's one lucky guy. I mean, just hang around him for a while, you'll see what I mean.
Who's most likely to win a golf tournament?
That would be myself.
But who's most likely to finish dead last in said golf tournament?
That would be Coach Forcella. He's bad.
Who's most likely to be the backup dancer for a famous singer or music group?
That would be Del Dukes.
Who's most likely to be, or forget their own phone number?
That's Coach Elder as well. I mean, the crazy thing is he's a math teacher and he struggles with numbers.
Who's most likely to finish a gallon of ice cream first?
Oh, without a doubt, Coach Johnson. They call him the incinerator.
Who's most likely to know all the words to Bohemian Rhapsody?
Coach Johnson.
Who is most likely to star in a late-night infomercial?
Rhodey Farrell.
And who's most likely to be on the cover of a magazine, and which one?
That's got to be Rhodey as well. It's going to be Rowdy Rodeo Boys or something.
Rodeo Boys, yeah. Whatever that is.
Rodeo Boy Magazine.
All right, yep, for a couple college picks before we close off the season.
Let's do it.
Number 22, 6-0 San Diego State, 3.5 underdogs at 6-1 Air Force.
Yeah, Air Force is the real deal. If I'm not mistaken, they just went and beat Boise State. Yeah, I'll take the Flying Falcons.
3-3 Colorado State, 3.5 favorites at 4-2 Utah State.
Well, I've got some family and siblings that have graduated from Utah State over there, so I'm going to go with Logan. I'm going to bleed the white and blue there in Logan. We'll go with the Utah State Aggies.
And we're going to do Oregon 2-point underdogs at UCLA.
I'll take the Flying Chip Kellys.
And does Wyoming cover a 20-point spread at home versus New Mexico?
Absolutely. I think they're going to be frustrated. I think they'll come out and beat them by 35.
Perfect. Thanks for your time, Coach. It's been fun getting to sit down with you all season long. Always appreciate you taking time. Good luck versus the Pinedale Wranglers.
Thanks, Kevin.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Kevin Simpson sitting down.
Hey, Pokes fans, it's time for the Pokes Preview Show with Eric Pauley. Eric, what do you see in the cards for the Brown and Gold this week?
Well, Dave, it's homecoming week in Laramie, and this game versus New Mexico will mark the 96th homecoming game in University of Wyoming history, and it's the 71st homecoming game to be played in War Memorial Stadium. Coming off of last week's home loss to Fresno State, Wyoming head football coach Craig Bohl had this to say about the outcome of the game.
First of all, a disappointing loss. That our guys went on, they played hard. We certainly need to play smarter and better, need to coach them up better. I think Fresno State's an excellent football team. There was a reason why they were rated in the top 25. Obviously, the big factor that we've got to control and get our arms wrapped around is our turnovers. It's very difficult to win a game when you turn the ball over 5 times. We didn't get any, and so those things need to be addressed. Some of it you can credit Fresno State's defense. I thought they played aggressively, were well positioned, but certainly we need to take care of the football better, both within the fumbles and then the interceptions. And so that's unacceptable as far as that goes. And it's also, we've got to start getting the ball back and getting more takeaways. And our defensive guys know that. We have an aggressive defense. When we defeated some good teams, and I think if you look at the record, I think you'll see that Northern Illinois is a pretty good football team right now, and Ball State's playing better in both of those games we had a significant impact in the turnovers. And along with that, Montana State is playing well also. And so, you know what, it's one game. It's a disappointing game.
Bowl also addressed the quarterback situation for the upcoming week.
Offensively, the proof's in the pudding there. When you don't score any points at all and you really don't threaten, you got to take a hard critical look and saying, what are we doing? And so as a coaching staff, including myself, we're evaluating personnel, we're evaluating scheme. I think it's important that we tweak some things. I think it's disruptive at times to change everything. But we are taking a hard look at where we're at, because I think we've been deficient there. And so, this week we're going to evaluate the quarterback position, and whoever we feel like at the end of the week gives us the best chance to win is going to be the guy that's going to go out and start the game. But we need to improve at that position.
The Wyoming Cowboys are looking to continue a tradition of bouncing back at home following a home loss. Since 2016, Wyoming has suffered only 8 home losses. Following 6 of those home losses, the Cowboys have won their next home game. Only twice have the Cowboys lost consecutive home games since 2016. In 2017, UW lost its last home game of the season to Fresno State and lost its 2018 home opener versus Washington State. In 2018, UW lost consecutive home games to Boise State and Utah State. The Cowboys and the Lobos will play each other for the 74th time this Saturday. Last year's meeting was a first, as the two teams played in Las Vegas due to COVID-19 conditions in the state of New Mexico, forcing UNM football to play its home games in the state of Nevada. Wyoming leads the series all-time between the two schools with 39 wins against and 34 wins for New Mexico. In games played in Laramie, Wyoming leads the series 20-15. The Cowboys and the Lobos have been members of the same conference since 1951, when they were both members of the Skyline Conference. Wyoming and New Mexico are meeting for the 23rd consecutive season since both became founding members of the Mountain West Conference in '99. Prior to that, they were founding members of the WAC in 1962. A year ago in 2020, Wyoming middle linebacker Chad Muma ranked number 1 in the Mountain West and number 3 in the nation in total tackles per game at 11.8, and he ranked number 5 in the Mountain West and number 16 in FBS and solo tackles. In 2021, Muma is averaging 9.7 total tackles per game to rank number 1 in the Mountain West and number 12 among all FBS players. Muma is averaging 7.2 solo tackles per game to rank number 1 amongst all FBS players in the nation. He's also tied for number 1 in the nation for the most interception returns for a touchdown in 2021 with 2 pick sixes. He's tied with Iowa defensive back Riley Moss. Plenty more still to come on the pregame show. You're listening to High School Football.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center. It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza. 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
Welcome back to the Gotchi Rehab pregame show, taking you up to kickoff between the Bobcats and the Pinedale Wranglers this afternoon. Final regular season home game for both of these teams. Fall sports wrapping up across the board here as we start moving into the end of October, 1st of November. Lady Bobcat volleyball team will finish up their regular season this weekend as well. They're on the road taking on Buffalo, their number 5 team, in 3A volleyball tonight at 6 o'clock, and then they will wrap up the regular season tomorrow afternoon in Douglas at 1 o'clock. And then next weekend, postseason starts for volleyball. 3A East Regional Volleyball Tournament will be held here in Thermopolis at Bobcat Gym. That'll be next Friday and Saturday. Talking to Mr. Daramidi here this afternoon. The first game or first match of that regional tournament next Friday will start at 10 o'clock. So a lot of volleyball being played here next weekend at Bobcat Gym, and want to encourage everybody to get out to support the Lady Cats at the regional volleyball tournament next weekend. State cross country meet is tomorrow over in Ethity at Wyoming Indian High School. So the cross country season coming up tomorrow, and they will wrap up their season tomorrow over there in Ethity. So good luck to the cross country team over there. Do want to mention that the state marching band competition was held last week down in Casper, and the Bobcat marching band received an excellent rating at the state marching band competition. So congratulations to them on that accomplishment down in Casper at the event center a week ago. We'll take a timeout, come back. Kevin will have his keys to the game, the starting lineups, and we'll have the kickoff. It's the Gotcha Rehab pregame show, KDNO, on the web, on Facebook at the KDNO Facebook page, and on YouTube at WyoToday.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets.
I've got is establish the run. The Bobcats kind of had a hard time doing that on Tuesday in Big Piney. So key to the game number 1 is establish the run. Key number 2 is I've got eliminate penalties and mental mistakes. So third key also I have is just go out there and have some fun. It's the last game of the season, and the seniors really want to go out on a fun note for them. So those are your Travis Winger, Edward Jones keys to the game.
Thank you, Kevin. One more time out. We'll come back, have the starting lineups. This is the Gotcha Rehab pregame show. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877. Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks. Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too. Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street. Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Welcome back to Bobcat football final game of the regular season here between the Bobcats and the Pinedale Wranglers, and with our starting lineups. Here's Kevin.
Here's the starting lineups for your Bobcat football team. Starting off in the offensive line, we've got sophomore number 71, Porter McCumber. Senior number 72, Austin Barrel. senior number 52, Jack Sorensen. And rounding out the offensive line, we have senior number 55, Damian Gosnell. Moving on to your skill players on the outside tonight at wide receiver, we've got freshman number 1, Del Dukes. Alongside him on the outside, we've got wide receiver senior, number 33, Eli McCumber. Also on the wide receiver side, we've got number 17, senior Jack Ream. At your halfback wide receiver combination, we've got Wyatt McDermott, number 12. Running back tonight will be senior number 44, Adley Coyne. And your quarterback tonight is junior number 10, Gavin Shumway. Start your day with a coffee from Hot City Coffee. Those are your Hot City Coffee starting lineups.
Thank you, Kevin. Bobcats coming in 2-5 on the season, 2-4 in 2A West Conference play. Pinedale 0-7 on the season, 0-6 in conference play. Shut out in their first 5 games of the season. They didn't get on the scoreboard until week 6 against Lovell when they fell to the Bulldogs 49-12, and then against number 1 Lyman last week they lost 58-6. So a couple straight games where they finally were able to put some points on the board, but it's been a tough go for Pinedale this season, only scoring 18 points. These two teams met a year ago over in Pinedale. It was a 54-0 win for the Bobcats. Thermopolis has dominated this series over the years. They lead all time 8-2, and they're an even 2-2 here in Thermopolis against the Wranglers. No Rhodey Farrell again tonight for the Bobcats. Second straight game that Rhodey will miss with his injury. Adley Coyne, the leading running back that will be playing for the Bobcats tonight. And Adley coming off a game a week ago where he went for 272 yards against Mountain View. Big Piney certainly did a good job of holding him in check the other day. But look for the Bobcats to get him going early and often in this one. Gavin Shumway coming in 687 passing yards on the season. Eli McCumber, the leading receiver for the Bobcats, at 265 yards receiving. Eli also the leading defensive player in terms of defensive points with 15.8 average defensive points. He has a pick and 2 fumble recoveries this season for the Bobcats. Some names that you'll hear from Pinedale: Ethan Jensen, the leading rusher, 339 yards rushing. Does not have a touchdown on the ground yet this season. Connor Ziegler, the quarterback, can run and throw. He's primarily a runner, 324 yards rushing. He does have 2 rushing touchdowns for Pinedale. Is 14 of 50 passing, only 86 yards passing this season. No touchdowns, has thrown 6 interceptions. Luke Gray, the leading receiver, with 23 yards on the season, and he has the other Pinedale touchdown this season, that coming by way of the air. So good one here this afternoon. Beautiful day for football here, end of October. It's mid-60s. Looking across, the flag barely moving here at Leroy Hayes Field. Couldn't ask for better weather for this time of the year. Cats will receive the kickoff to start this ball game. Pinedale with it on the tee, and we are underway. A low kick that is fielded at the 30-yard line by the up man and out to about the 34-yard line before having his progress stopped there. Looking to see who that up man was. I think it was Eli McCumber on the return. So Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line. It was Eli on the return of about 4 yards. Gavin Shumway, quarterback for the Bobcats. Final game of the regular season for both of these teams. Senior night here in Thermopolis. Cats will come out, 2 receivers to either side. Coyne will be in the backfield with Shumway in the gun. Coyne will set up to the left side of Gavin. McDermott comes in motion, handoff up the middle to Coyne. Adley's out over the 35, out over the 40. Gain of about 7 there for Coyne on first down, and I think we're going to see a lot of that here this afternoon.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of the coaches down the field, and I know some of the play calling is going to get divvied up a little more. I'm pretty sure I know who's calling the first series, and I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Adley Coyne in this first series for the Bobcats.
7 yards on first down for Adley, so 2nd and 3 Cats. They'll put trips to the right side of the formation. Shumway again from the gun. will keep it himself. Design quarterback keep to the right side. Flag comes in. Shumway is going to lose yards.
We're going to have a hold.
There is a hold on the Bobcats. That flag came early in that play.
It was pretty easy to see. Won't name names, but legit call.
Flag at the 27-yard line, so 10 yards from there. I'll put the ball at the 17. Excuse me, it came from the 37-yard line, so we'll put it back to the 27.
It's a heck of a penalty.
So keep the down. It'll be second down for the Bobcats, and now about 18 yards to go for the first down. Ball spotted just inside the Bobcat 27. Two receivers to the left, the wide side of the formation. McDermott kind of lines up in a slot to the right. Handoff to, keeper for Shumway, and he's got room to run. He's out over the 35, out over the 40.
Nice spin.
To about the 41. A little spin move at the 35 to elude a Wrangler defender. That gets most of the penalty yardage back. Bring up third and about 4 for the Cats here. Ball at the Bobcat 41-yard line, just underway. 10:40 to go here in the first quarter. Cats with the first possession of the ball game. Two receivers to either side. Shumway from the gun, has Coyne off of his shoulder. Direct snap to Adley. Adley up the middle. He's got the first down as he gets over the 45. Across midfield. Brought down from behind at the Pinedale 43-yard line. First down Bobcats, and on that last play, the Cats cross midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page. First and 10 Cats at the 42-yard line of Pinedale. All on the ground here in this opening possession. Again, two receivers to either side. McCumber comes in that short motion. Shumway will keep it himself. Gavin up the middle. He's inside the 35 and to about the 32-yard line is where they'll spot him. That's a gain of close to 9 on first down, and that puts you ahead of the sticks, and your playbook opens wide open when you're 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Gavin just kind of shifting his way through there, find one hole, and then patiently looking for another one. Good solid run by Gavin. Nothing real hard, just kind of patiently shifting his way through the defense.
And a nice job by that Bobcat offensive line of getting a push and giving the backs room to see where they want to make cuts. 2nd and 1 Cats, two receivers to either side again. Snap back to Shumway. Gavin wants to throw. He airs one out down the middle. Has McDermott at the goal line, just overthrew Wyatt in the end zone. Wyatt with the little post route there, and Gavin just led him a little bit too far. Wyatt had got a step on the defender. But good call there, 2nd and 1, taking a shot down the field. Now 3rd and 1 Cats from the Pinedale 33-yard line. Got to get just inside the 32. Receivers 2 by 2. Now McDermott in motion. Handoff up the middle. That's Coyne. He's got the first down. Adley's inside the 20, inside the 15, and finally pulled down with a shoulder pad tackle at the 12-yard line. First and 10 Cats from the Pinedale 12. Bobcats started this drive on their 34, opening kickoff of the game. Three receivers now to the right side. Del Dukes, the lone receiver, to the left. Direct snap to Coyne. Adley up the middle again. Makes a couple men miss. He's inside the 5. And touchdown, Bobcats. Adley Coyne from 12 yards out, and the Cats take the opening kick. 66 yards for the touchdown. Coyne finishing it off with a 12-yard touchdown run. Owen McCumber on for the extra point. Shumway will hold. Snap back, kick on the way, looks good, and it is. 8:40 to go, first quarter. The Cats jump out in front 7-0. This is Cat football back after this timeout.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Bobcats go 66 yards in 7 plays. Adley Coyne taking it in from 12 yards out. The extra point good from Owen McCumber, and the Bobcats with the 7-0 lead. First quarter, 8:40 to go. Eli McCumber will kick it off for the Bobcats. And an onside kick that is rolling around at midfield. I think the Cats might have got it. You could almost see it coming. I didn't want to say something. The Cats do have it. I didn't see who the kicker was. McCumber came up.
That was Adley Coyne.
Okay, Adley Coyne kicked it after McCumber came up to the ball and veered away from it. It hit off a Pinedale player right at the 50. And then it was a free-for-all, and the Cats covered up. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their 48. Already up 7-0, and you could almost see it coming, wanting to grab some more of that momentum. Now the officials are talking. I think discussion maybe if it went the 10 before it. If it hits the player, it doesn't have to go 10
yards.
It is 1st and 10 Bobcats. From their 48. 2 receivers to either side. McCumber comes in motion from the left. Shumway will keep it after faking the give to Coyne. Flag comes in as Shumway gets across midfield. Might have another hold coming here. Coach McPhee out on the field saying something to one of his players. It is another hold on the Cats, their second. And the hold occurred in front of where the tackle was made, so they'll march it off from where the tackle occurred, where Shumway went down. So 10 yards from there puts it back to the Cat 41. So this will be 1st and 17. Bobcats overcame a holding call in that first drive.
Bobcats will have the ball 1st and 10.
3 receivers to the left, ball on the right hash. Del Dukes, the lone receiver, to the right. Shumway flares a pass out left side to Coyne. Adley's got room to run, gets a block. He's across midfield and finally pulled down close to the Pinedale 47-yard line. Good block, kick out block there on the outside. Freed up Adley. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cats, so a gain of 11, close to 12 yards there on that first down play. 2 receivers again to either side. Shumway from the gun. Brings McCumber in motion, jet sweep right side to Eli. Eli needs to make a man miss, and he doesn't do it. Good open field tackle there by Ethan Jensen for the Wranglers. Goes for 5-yard loss, back to almost where this drive originally started. It's at the Cat 49. 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats. Ball on the right hash here for this 3rd down play. 3 receivers wide side left. McDermott comes in motion, handoff up the middle. Coyne runs over a man at the 43 and falls forward inside the 45 to the 44. It'll bring up 4th and 2, and no doubt the Cats will go for this.
Adley just trucked the guy.
Close to 3 yards instead of 2 here on 4th down, but regardless, the Cats will go for it. 3 receivers again to the left. Now McDermott comes in motion from left to right, sets up in the slot. Snap back, give it to Coyne again. Adley's got the first down inside the 40. Pushes the pile to about the 42. That'll be another Bobcat first down. And a couple plays ago, the Cats crossed midfield, and AARP again wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page. Disclaimer right now, I don't know if that's going to get read every time we cross midfield today because it might happen a lot.
Come on, Donnie, you got to
First and 10 Cats from the 43 of the Pinedale Wranglers. 3 receivers left. Coyne from the gun has Coyne off his right shoulder. Now McCumber will come in motion from left to right. Shumway back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling left, looking downfield. Now he'll just tuck it away himself. Has the first down the far sideline. Flung out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And we have a flag down here on the near side. Clear away from the ball. That's where a receiver was going.
It's on the Bobcats. I didn't see what the call was.
So Bobcat receiver went out of bounds on his own is what they're calling, and then came back into the field. You can come back in if the defender
pushes you.
The contact from the defender forces you to go out, but you can't go out of bounds on your own and then come back in. Penalty occurred at the 21-yard line, so they'll mark off the yardage from there, which will take away the first down for the Cats, and apparently that's a 15-yarder because it's out to the Pinedale 36 is where they'll mark it. So that is a 15-yard penalty. So
first and 8.
Pinedale wants a timeout. We'll take it as well. 5:55 to go in the first. Bobcats up 7-0. This is Cat football back after this timeout.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
5:55 to go, first quarter. Bobcats leading Pinedale 7-0. Cats took the opening kickoff, went 66 yards on their scoring drive. Onside kick. Cats got it back. Pinedale's yet to run an offensive play. The Bobcats have had the football this entire first quarter. They now have it 1st and 9. One of those rare instances where it's first and an odd yardage like that, 9 yards, following the penalty for, I don't know what they call that, illegal participation or something like that, where the receiver went out of bounds, came back in. So 1st and 9 Cats from the Pinedale 37-yard line. Following the Pinedale timeout, Cats will put 2 receivers to either side. Shumway from the gun brings McDermott in motion. Hand off to Adley right up the middle behind the center, and Adley in about to the 30-yard line is where they're going to spot him. Fell forward, but they're going to say knee was down at the 30. So to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Cats. 7-yard gain there for Coyne. And now the Cats will empty the backfield. They'll put 3 receivers to the right, 2 left. Ball spotted left hash. Cats going north to south here at Leroy Hayes Field in the first quarter. Shumway with the snap, back to throw. Rolls right, has a man. That's in the hands and out. That was, I don't have a 40 on my roster, Kevin, so you might have to do a little research there and find out who that was. But incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 2. Easily would have been enough for a first down there on that completion, but pass was a little bit high. Officials got to get the ball spotted at the correct yard line. Now they do. 3rd and 2 for the Cats from the Pinedale 30. 5:10 to go first quarter. Cats lead 7-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. McDermott in motion from right to left. Shumway keeps it himself. Gavin's got the first down. Now he breaks out in the open right side. He's inside the 20, inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown Bobcats. Gavin Shumway from 30 yards out. Design quarterback keep. He faked that handoff again to Coyne. Got a bunch of Wranglers to bite, and then popped it back outside to the right, and foot race to the end zone. Shumway beats everybody to the end line. Cat lead now at 13-0, and Owen McCumber on for the extra point. Bobcat late coming in on the extra point team. Shumway will hold. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way is good. 5 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. The Cats now lead Pinedale 14-0. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at the KDNO page.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Bobcats' second scoring drive goes 52 yards following the onside kick recovery. So the Bobcats have had 2 possessions, 2 scores. One drive went 66 yards, the second went 52. A rushing touchdown from Adley Coyne, and the last touchdown from Gavin Shumway from 30 yards out. Cats lead 14-0. Pinedale is yet to run a play offensively in this first quarter. McCumber has it teed up. Eli puts a toe to it. Line drive kick fielded at the 16-yard line. Out over the 25, over the 30, out to the 35. Good return there by James Kravitsky. And Pinedale will set up for the first time on offense. First chance to see the Bobcat defense. I know they're looking to prove a little something here this afternoon.
Yep.
Pinedale doesn't have it's not an explosive offense by any means, and Pinedale a team that comes in undersized and outnumbered. One of the few times that you're going to see Thermopolis actually have more players on the sideline than their opponent. Connor Ziegler at quarterback will go under center. Gives off to first man through. That is Kravitsky, I believe.
Yep.
And he'll pick up 3 yards on first down. Out to close to 4 on first down as they'll spot it at the 39-yard line. 2nd and 6 Pinedale. 4:30 to go first quarter. Cats leading 14-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
Like I said, not a whole lot of players sitting over there on the Pinedale sidelines. A lot of fans over there did come over this way for the last game for Pinedale.
Helps when the weather's good and the roads are clear.
Unlike Tuesday.
Pinedale will come out, split a man out to the left side. Ziegler will go under center. Gives off on a jet sweep right side. And out close to a first down is Ethan Jensen. On the tackle for the Bobcats there was Jarek Jeffs for the Bobcats. I believe I saw that correctly, 51.
Yeah, I believe so.
Going to mark it just shy of the first down. Boy, by the nose of the football. He needs to get to the 45, and that's as close as you can get. Without having a first down. I mean, they literally have to move this ball about 3 inches and they'll have a first down.
Probably
Wouldn't be surprised to see Ziegler sneak it. Yep. Receiver to either side, one back, Ziegler under center. He will keep it himself, and a little push from behind from his running back, and he'll have the first down. Officially, he'll get 3 yards there on 3rd and 1. First down, Pinedale at the Bobcat 48 is where they'll spot it. So Pinedale with a fresh set of downs, 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Pinedale breaks their huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Again, one receiver to either side. Kind of a similar look that we saw from Lovell. They'll put a wing on either side. This time it's given left side on the jet sweep, and first down yardage and more as the Pinedale back. That's Ethan Jensen. Takes it inside the Cat 25-yard line down to the 23. He lines up as that wing back on the right side, and little jet sweep look from Pinedale off for that wing back, and Jensen the leading rusher for Pinedale with a good gain there, and another first down for the Wranglers. They're on the move.
A big 29-yard gain out of him. Just kind of a missed tackle there on the edge by the Bobcats, and he had some room to work.
2:46 to go, first quarter. Clock stopped with Jensen going out of bounds. Pinedale inside the Bobcat 25. Ziegler under center will give off to the fullback. That's Kravitsky. He'll pick up about 3 yards on first down. Down to the 20-yard line is where they'll spot it. Second and 7, Pinedale. Adley Coyne on that last tackle for the Bobcats. Ziegler went all the way to the sideline for the play, now comes into the huddle. Pinedale's going to have to hustle up on this one here. Play clock's under 10. Backs in the eye, receiver to either side. Ziegler will give it second man through. That's Jensen off right tackle, and he's, believe, got another first down or close to it as he's inside the 15-yard line. Down to about the 12. That is a first down for Pinedale, and so the Wranglers on the ground are moving the ball on the Bobcat D.
Bobcat defense needs to stiffen up here. They're not much resistance up front right now. I think Big 61 out there is giving his boys a little pep talk.
First and 10, Pinedale from the Bobcat 12-yard line. Receiver to either side, one back now. Jensen, the wing, comes in motion. Ziegler will keep this one himself, and he gets met by Eli McCumber, and then 4 other Bobcats come in and finish off Ziegler. He will pick up a yard, but no more than that. It'll bring up second and 9.
Adley Coyne met him right in the A gap, and big hit by Adley.
Clock under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Bobcats leading 14-0 over Pinedale. Cats have scored on both possessions in this first quarter. Play clock under 10 as Pinedale comes to the line of scrimmage. They'll put a receiver to either side, 2 wing backs and a fullback. Toss it to the wing. That's Jensen, and Jensen is going to have a short gain as the Bobcats read that one. Wyatt McDermott came up and met Jensen. There he's going to actually lose a yard back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 3rd and 10. So a loss of a yard there for Jensen. I don't think Pinedale's going to snap. They'll let the clock run out as it's down to 5 seconds to go in the quarter. And they'll talk about this 3rd down play and regroup here as we come to the end of the first. Bobcats leading Pinedale 14-0. This is Cat football back after this timeout.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Bobcat football. Cats leading 14-0 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Pinedale with a 3rd and 10 from the Bobcat 12-yard line. As we get ready to start this second period, Pinedale will put a receiver to either side. Ziegler under center, brings Jensen in motion into the I. They'll give it to Jensen, second man through, and he will get to the 10-yard line and no more. Gain of 2 there for Jensen will bring up 4th and 8 for Pinedale. And again, the Wranglers not a team that throws the ball much, only 50 pass attempts this season for less than 100 yards. 4th and 8 for Pinedale from the Bobcat 10. Cats looking to get a turnover on downs here and stop this Pinedale drive.
Yeah, they don't throw the ball a whole lot, so they could possibly run that jet sweep again and see where that gets them.
Split a receiver to either side, and again, 2 backs in the wing and Kravitsky the fullback. And whistles timeout called here by Pinedale. They will use their second to talk about this 4th down play. We're just underway in the second quarter. Cats up 2 scores. This is Cat Football. KDNO back after the timeout.
In Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center. It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside.
4th and 8 for Pinedale as we come back from the timeout. Ziegler will keep it himself on a rollout, and he's not going to get the first down as he gets down to the 5-yard line. That'll be a couple yards short. It was a designed pass, but good coverage in the backfield by the Cats. Ziegler decided to see what he could do with his legs, and he's going to come up a couple yards short. The Bobcat defense holds, and the Cats will take over on downs at their own 5-yard line. So Pinedale able to move down the field, had it 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 12, and Cat defense stiffens and gets the ball back in the hands of the offense that's already scored twice in 2 possessions.
Yeah, good job of the Bobcats tightening up there right when they need to, and Bobcats got a long field ahead of them, but let's see what they pull out here, and they've got It's like, what, 4 wide already?
2 to either side. Now McDermott will come in motion from right to left. He'll set up trips to the left side of the formation. Now McDermott back in motion to the other side. Handoff Coyne up the middle. Adley's got room to run. He's out over the 20, out across the 30 to midfield or near midfield. He gets tossed out of bounds. They'll say out of bounds at the Cat 45-yard line, so a gain of 40 for Adley Coyne. And just like that, the Cats on the move again.
Big run.
And again, a nice job by that offensive line getting a push up front.
Adley drugged the guy for the last couple of yards.
Ball spotted right hash. 3 receivers to the right side. Del Dukes, the lone receiver, to the left. Shumway brings McCumber in motion from right to left. Snap back. Gavin wants to throw. Loads one up across the middle. Has a man that goes off the helmet of a Pinedale defender. Trying to get it to Dukes in the middle of the field. And went through his hands and then off the dome of the Pinedale defensive back and goes incomplete. And I believe the Bobcats with a really quick timeout to talk about something here. We'll keep this one here. 10:45 to go in the second quarter. Cats with 2nd and 10 from their 45. And so far, Kevin, the Cats have been able to do what they want to do on the ground.
Yeah, no surprise there. They've ran the ball 12 times already and racked up 164 yards already of offense on the ground. So something that Coach alluded to in the pregame and something we alluded to in the pregame, that they wanted to go back to what they do when they run the football. And the Bobcats steadily getting yards on the ground. And Gavin even has 51 yards on 3 carries. So not just small yardage plays, some pretty big chunks here for the Bobcats.
And a big chunk coming here to start this drive as the Cats were backed up to their own 5-yard line, and Adley Coyne with a 40-yard run to get him out near midfield.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the quick timeout for the Bobcats was about, but McPhee was out there about as soon as the ball hit the ground.
2nd and 10 Bobcats as the two teams come back out on the field. Cats using their first timeout of the half. Put 3 receivers again to the right side. Dukes, the lone receiver, left. Shumway from the gun, has Coyne off his left shoulder. Brings McDermott short motion, and Pinedale jumps off sides.
Whoops.
Interior lineman came across. He knew it. Cost him 5 yards, so bring up 2nd and 5 for the Bobcats. Ball will be spotted right at the midfield stripe, and the Cats will come right back to the line of scrimmage, keep the formation the same with those 3 receivers to the right. McDermott coming in that motion. Handoff Coyne up the middle. Adley bulldozes his way inside the 45 of Pinedale for another Cat first down. They'll spot him at the 42-yard line of the Wranglers. Adley running hard right now and just looking to run somebody over in a white jersey. 1st and 10 Cats from the Pinedale 42, leading 14-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 3rd time the Cats have had the football. 10:30 to go in the second. 2 receivers to either side. Shumway with the snap, back to throw. Short pass caught by McDermott. Wyatt trying to get away from the initial contact and falls forward to the 35. That'll be a gain of 7. McDermott's first catch of the game. 2nd and 3 Cats. Good safe pass there and picks up 7 yards on first down. 3 receivers now to the left side. Ball spotted left hash. Shumway will set up on the right side of Shumway in the backfield. Snap back. Shumway back to throw again. Pressure comes. Flushes him out to the right. He lets one go toward the end zone and incomplete. Had Dukes at the goal line. He was covered up pretty well, and then McDermott came streaking across thinking he might have a chance to catch it as well. But the pass goes incomplete, and will bring up 3rd and 3 for the Cats.
I wasn't sure where that was going. Like you said, underthrew Dukes, and Wyatt's route led him across the field, so Both had a play at it.
Bobcats will put 2 receivers to either side here on 3rd and 3. Clock stopped at 9:39 to go in the second quarter. Shumway stays in the gun. Direct snap to Coyne. Adley loses a handle on the football, and Pinedale covers it up. First turnover of the game. Adley was trying to tuck that ball away. It was a direct snap to him, and he was trying to tuck it into his left arm and also trying to avoid a Pinedale defender, and the ball came out from Adley, and Pinedale defender right there to cover it up. And the Pinedale defense with the turnover, so the Wranglers will take over. Second time they've had the football. It'll be at the Bobcat 36. Or excuse me, on their own 36. 9:34 to go in the second quarter. Receiver to either side for the Wranglers. Give it to the wing, and that ball's on the ground, and Ziegler falls on it. Ziegler ran into his wingback, Jensen. And Jensen jarred the ball loose from Ziegler. And fortunately for Pinedale, they're able to cover that one up. It's going to go as a loss of 3 on the play and bring up 2nd and 13.
Well, that little miscommunication there by Ziegler and Jensen, and like you said, just ran right into each other. The ball went straight down, took a big hop right up, and Bobcats did have a shot at it, but Ziegler with the wherewithal to fall back on it.
2nd and 13, ball at the Pinedale 33. Same formation, receiver to either side. Now left wing comes in motion. Give it to Kravitsky, the fullback. He'll get out over the 35 to just shy of the 37-yard line. So he gets about 4 yards there on that carry. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Wranglers.
Probably see a little heat by the Bobcats. Maybe that backside blitz like we saw on Tuesday.
And again, Pinedale not a team that is proficient at all in throwing the football. So it's not something they do. Have a receiver to either side. Jensen goes in motion. Busted play. Ziegler keeps it himself. Gets to the 40. Ziegler and Jensen not on the same page the last couple plays here. Ziegler tried to make the best of that busted play. Ended up picking up about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 for Pinedale. See what they decide to do here. Down 2 scores, 7:45 to go. They act like they're going to go for it, but they want a timeout to talk about it first. 7:43 to go, first half. Cats up 14-0. This is Cat Football KDNO on Facebook at the KDNO page and on YouTube at WyoToday.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
7:43 to go in the second quarter. Pinedale using their final timeout of the half, I believe. I believe they're out of timeouts now.
I think they've used 3. I think you are correct.
Cats with a couple timeouts still in their pocket. Pinedale facing 4th and 6 from their own 40-yard line. They will come out and line up to go for it here on 4th down from their own 40, and whistles and a flag right off the bat. We've got
sideline warning.
Sideline warning on the Bobcats. Wow.
Okay.
Those guys are...
Really?
The coaches are 10 yards down the field.
Wow.
Anyway, we'll line back up here and go 4th and 6. Ziegler will go from the gun. He's got 2 receivers to either side. High snap over his head. Inside the 20, Ziegler picks it up. He's got Cats chasing after him. He'll get to the 31, and the Bobcat defense will hold again. Pinedale will turn it over on downs, and the Cats with great field position here at the Pinedale 31-yard line.
Loss of 9.
It will be a loss of 9, and it was looking to be even more than that.
I was going to say, it could have been a lot more. That thing was way over his head, and he made the best out of that.
Yeah, he had no chance. That was, Ziegler made an attempt to get it, but it was still 3 feet over his head.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when that's not something that you do much,
No.
you know, that the center's not used to that making that kind of a snap, because you just don't run that formation very often. It's not who Pinedale is. Cats will put 3 receivers to the right. Dukes, the receiver, to the left. Give it to Coyne. Adley up the middle. Makes a man miss. Gets inside the 25, inside the 20. Breaks out of another tackle. Pushing the pile forward inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. A gain of 23 for Coyne on first down. And it'll be 1st and goal Cats from the 8.
About 12 yards of that was carrying people on his back, I think.
Broke through an arm tackle at about the 20 and then got into some traffic after a clean field for 5 or 6 yards.
Really good job of Wyatt McDermott coming through the formation and catching that backside block, too.
Pinedale players slow to get off on the far side, so they'll stop things here for a second and allow him to get off the field. Now they'll start things back up. Cats 1st and goal from the 8. We'll put 2 receivers to either side. Coyne off the left shoulder of Shumway. McDermott comes in motion. Reverse to McCumber from left to right. Eli's got room to run. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
All right.
Little wrinkle there from the Cats. And Eli McCumber with the rushing touchdown from 8 yards out. The Bobcats now lead 20-0.
Good play by the Bobcats. Had everybody looked a lot like that last play they ran with Adley, where McDermott comes across the formation. Instead, they just flip it over to Coyne streaking across the backside.
Yeah, Eli had nobody out there to try to run him down on the right side. Extra point from Owen McCumber is up, and it's good. 6:46 to go in the second quarter. The Cats now lead 21-0 over the Pinedale Wranglers back after the timeout.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Bobcats on a 31-yard scoring drive there. Eli McCumber with the 8-yard touchdown run. Extra point good. Cats lead 21-0, 6:46 to go in the second. And a pair of seniors have scored 2 of the 3 touchdowns here this afternoon. Coyne had the first one, and Eli McCumber, and good for Eli. You know, Eli until this year had made a name for himself on the defensive side of the football, and this year more of a more prominent role on offense, mostly been receiving, but a chance there for a rushing touchdown, and he cashed in.
And still a heck of a defender on the other side of the ball on top of that as well.
Eli will tee it up for the Cats. End over end kick that's fielded at the 15-yard line. That's Ziegler with it on the return. Wyatt McDermott there, good open field tackle at the 25. And that's where Pinedale will set up 1st and 10.
Good kick out of Eli.
And good coverage there by the kick team. Wyatt, good open field tackle on Ziegler. 6:39 to go in the first half. Cats up 3 scores, 21-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. A couple Pinedale possessions that have ended in downs. Cats have yet to be stopped on offense. They stopped themselves once with a fumble. Ziegler brings the Wranglers to the line of scrimmage. Receiver to either side, 2 backs in the wing. Give it to Kravitsky, the fullback, and Kravitsky running hard, gets out over the 30. Good hard running there from the senior, James Kravitsky for the Wranglers. 5-yard gain on first down.
Can't believe we're in the last game of the season and we've got it was pushing close to 70-degree weather prior to kickoff tonight.
Yeah, beautiful weather for football here this evening. Sun's starting to set. Lights are on here at Leroy Hayes Field as some of the field's starting to come into shadows now. Kravitsky under center, brings a man in motion. Ziegler's going to keep it himself off the right side. Gets out over the 40-yard line and across the 45. He'll have a first down there. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Zane Stam coming over to escort Ziegler out of bounds, but a first down for the Wranglers at their 48.
17-yard run.
Clock stopped, 5:42 to go in the second quarter. Pinedale, a very deliberate team. They huddle after every play. They use a lot of the play clock. But a young team. I was counting it up earlier. They got 11 freshmen on this roster.
Wow.
And that's the most of any class on the roster.
Good news for the future then, I guess.
First and 10, give it to Jensen. He's hitting the backfield, and then good job of fighting forward for about 2 yards as Adley Coyne met Jensen in the backfield, and Jensen did well to pick up about 2 yards there on first down. Coyne will get credit for the tackle. Ball spotted right at midfield, 2nd and 8 for the Wranglers.
You know, a team like Pinedale, they don't hardly throw the ball at all. You figure the Bobcat defense just kind of pin their ears back and flying towards the middle of that line.
And the Bobcats have 10 players within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Zane Stam, the safety, stands about 14 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and whistles. We're going to have a delay of game here. That deliberate Pinedale offense.
A little too much time.
We'll back them up 5 yards here. So it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Wranglers. They'll come right back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left, backs in the eye. Ziegler will run a reverse to Jensen, trying to go right to left. The Cats read it, and there for a tackle on the loss. Adley Coyne, and trying to see who the other Bobcat was that got in there. Wyatt McDermott. The other Cat, it goes as 5-yard loss, so it'll bring up 3rd and 18. Pinedale trying to catch that defense flowing too much one way, but Bobcats didn't bite. Nice job of staying home and pursuit.
Just nothing real fancy out of this Pinedale offense.
3rd and 18, the Wranglers will put a receiver to either side, 2 backs in the wing. Kravitsky, the fullback. Jensen in motion. Ziegler wants to throw, has a man, overthrows him, trying to get it to Kravitsky at midfield, and it was about 4 yards over his head, and actually Wyatt McDermott had the best chance of anybody to come up with that football, but it hits the turf incomplete and bring up 4th and 18, and I think the punting unit's going to come on now for the Wranglers.
And that is Pinedale's first official passing attempt.
Gavin Shumway will go back to receive this punt for the Cats. And a flag comes in. Illegal participation, maybe. Too many men. That's what it is.
Yep.
Pinedale had too many men on the field. And one of the Wranglers comes running off now. So that'll back him up another 5. So just a chance for the Cats to get a little bit better field position here. Shumway will set up at the Cat 30-yard line to field this punt, and I think there's some Cats that are coming after this one. Snap back, and McDermott almost blocked it.
We're going to get running into the kicker.
He did run into the punter, which is fine. It'll be a 5-yarder. It shouldn't hurt the Cats. That's where you teach your punter to be an actor. You got to hit the ground, flail around, and
act like you're
sell
dead.
it and get the roughing call.
Yeah.
Well, they are going to call personal foul here. But it still shouldn't be enough for a first down, but it may make Pinedale rethink what they want to do on 4th down.
That's going to be the 15-yard variety?
He said personal foul, which would put the ball onto the, if it goes from the line of scrimmage, it'd be on the Bobcat side of the 50. Is it automatically a first down?
Well, they're walking this thing all the way back.
But he just signaled first down.
They're going to mark off 15.
I didn't think that was an automatic first down, but maybe because a personal foul is an automatic first down.
Sure, we'll go with that. Well,
all the chains have moved now, so they've really got a mess if this wasn't supposed to be. Well, they're not moving the chains. They're going to say 1st and 10 for Pinedale right at midfield. Spot the ball at the 50, following the roughing the punter. And I would argue that it was a personal foul.
Yeah, that was pretty weak.
Wranglers will put a receiver to either side. Give it to Kravitsky, the fullback. He's into Bobcat territory. He'll give him progress of 3 yards before being pushed back by Eli McCumber and Adley Coyne. 2nd and 7, Pinedale. Ball at the Bobcat 47. 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats leading 21-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. So Pinedale keeps possession after the penalty.
So roughing the kicker.
It is an automatic
first down. Upon my research.
Not that I ever doubted the white hat out there. I just didn't.
Yeah, they're never wrong.
2nd and 7 for the Wranglers. Again, one receiver to either side. Those backs in the wing. And again, Kravitsky, the fullback, will take this one inside the Cat 45. He'll have close to another 4 yards there on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Pinedale. Ball at the Cat 43.
4-down territory, I would assume, on this side of the field.
Yeah, and especially with what's left on the clock, under 2:25 to go in the second quarter. Pinedale out of timeouts, however, so unless they get a first down or go out of bounds, they're not going to be able to stop the clock. 2 receivers to the near side now for Pinedale, 1 receiver to the left. Kravitsky takes the toss right side. He's got the first down. Hard hit there.
Holy moly.
Bobcat on the tackle was Chris Ahrens.
Shoo.
That was a pretty good collision between Kravitsky and Ahrens.
Looked like a wrestling toss.
It is enough for the first down to the 38-yard line, so a fresh set of downs for Pinedale. Clock will start when the chains are set. And it's under 1:50 to go now in the first half. 2 receivers left for Pinedale, 1 right. Ziegler back to throw, rolling, throws across the middle, and incomplete. Here comes a flag.
Yep.
Comes a couple of them. Going to have an interference call here on the Bobcats. Defender just a little bit too anxious and hit the receiver just before the pass got there. So add 15 yards on to this one here. This will take the ball down to about the Cat 23, I'm thinking. So the second personal foul of the drive on the Bobcats. This one, interference, not really a personal foul, but interference. So second 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, Bobcats have 5 penalties for 65 yards already. So
About the only thing they've done wrong here in the first half. They lead 21-0. Minute 37 to go in the first half. Pinedale putting another drive together here. They did get down to the Bobcat 5 on one possession before giving it up on downs. It's been all on the ground for Pinedale. They have nothing to show for it through the air. One receiver to either side. Ziegler under center. Will roll right, looking down the field. Flag comes in. This might be a hold as Ziegler gets popped out of bounds at the 15-yard line. We got a hold coming up on the Wranglers here, so this will back them up.
Holding penalty. Wranglers.
From the spot of the foul, which is the 29-yard line.
So the Bobcats get...
I guess it was about the 27, so it'll take it out to the 37. Bring up first and more than 20.
Yep.
Pinedale's got to get inside the Cat 15-yard line down to about the 14 for a first down. So
now they've got all the way down to the 39.
Yeah, which it looked like the flag was at the 29. That looks like it should be about where.
So that hold happened behind the line of scrimmage.
Two receivers right for the Wranglers. Two receivers to either side now for the Wranglers. Kravitsky the lone back. Ziegler goes under center. Drops back to throw. Pressure coming, sets up the screen, and flag comes in, and the screen is incomplete. And another hold on Pinedale. Bobcats were bringing the house there.
Yep.
They had the right call for it, but
he's going to decline it.
The hold. Cats do decline that hold, so bring up second and 25.
A mile.
Clock at 1:23 to go in the first half. Things have kind of slowed to a crawl here with the penalties.
Good play call by Pinedale with Bobcats bringing the house. They just kind of let him through and then set up that screen pass, but unable to catch it, and Pinedale holding on the backside of that as well.
Two receivers left for the Wranglers. Ziegler under center. Takes a snap, rolls left, pressure coming, lets one go. That's caught and tackled immediately. Chris Aaron's on the tackle for the Wranglers. The catch was made at the 29. The tackle occurred immediately thereafter, and the Cats call a timeout with 1:14 to go, and maybe the Cats are thinking if we can hold them here a couple times, we can get the ball back.
Catch made by Larson was the receiver for Pinedale.
It would be 3rd and 15 for the Wranglers. Cats using their second timeout.
Yeah, I think McPhee's hoping to get a stop here. They'd have one more timeout too and force them to either turn it over on downs or, well, I'm guessing, I mean, it's 4-down territory, so hoping to get the ball back with about a minute to go and maybe put something together real quick.
Bobcats lead 21-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. The only thing that stopped the Bobcat offense was the Bobcats as they fumbled on one of their possessions in Pinedale territory. And that's the only thing that stopped the Bobcat offense in this first half. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Cats. 1 from Coyne, 1 from Shumway, and 1 from Eli McCumber. Porter McCumber checking in for the Cats here on this 3rd and 15 for Pinedale. Wranglers will put a receiver to either side. Kravitsky the back, the fullback position. Wrangler goes in motion. Ziegler back to throw, and ball incomplete. Trying to get it to the receiver out in the right flat, and it was dropped.
Carson Williams on the pursuit on the backside came through, and I think Ziegler definitely felt some pressure on the backside.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:05 to go, so that lets the Cats keep a timeout in their pocket here. And if the Cats are able to hold, the clock will stop on the change of possession as well. But the Cats, first things first, need to hold Pinedale on this 4th and 15. From the Bobcat 29, 2 receivers to either side for the Wranglers. Kravitsky the lone back. Ziegler under center, drops to throw, looking downfield, and ball tipped away, incomplete. Nice play there. I think Jack Ream maybe, yes. Tipped that ball away, had good position, didn't try to do anything fancy with it, just knocked it down. The Cats hold on downs, and the Bobcat offense gets it back with 57 seconds to go and a timeout from their own 29. I think the Cats are thinking
score.
Pick up 6 more here before half.
If I know the coaching staff like I think I do, I believe that's exactly their intentions here. So I think we'll see Shumway air a couple of them out.
Cats come to the line of scrimmage with 3 receivers right. Duke's the lone receiver to the left. Shumway from the gun. Takes the snap, drops to throw. Looking down the field. Now he's going to keep it himself. He's got room to run. Gavin's out over the 40 to midfield. Inside the 40, goes out of bounds. Near the third, right at the 40, there was where they're going to say he stepped out of bounds with 43 seconds to go. So Shumway on the scramble picks up the first down. 31 yards on that carry for Gavin. 1st and 10 Cats from the Pinedale 40. Plenty of time to go, plus a timeout. 3 receivers to the left now for the Cats. Coyne in the backfield with Gavin. Snap back. Swing pass left side to Coyne. Needs to make a man miss. Does. Turns upfield. Gets to the 35. And do the Cats use their last timeout here? They do. Bobcats will stop it with 31 seconds to go. Adley needed to maybe kick that out just a little bit more and get out of bounds to stop the clock. But the Cats use their last timeout with 31 seconds to go. Ball at the Pinedale 35-yard line, so a gain of 5 there.
So now it's going to be if you get a first down, you're tackled in bounds, and you got to hustle up. When that ball gets set, they're going to have to spike it and try to preserve some time. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Cats coming out of the timeout. Bobcats leading 21-0. Looking to add to that here. And if nothing else, I think Coach McPhee might be thinking worst case scenario, let's get in field goal range. Owen was watching Owen kick during warm-ups, and from 30? About the 28-yard line, so a 38-yarder, Owen was knocking some through. So if they could get in the neighborhood of the 20, I think Coach McPhee would feel confident about putting Owen out there for a field goal attempt. Yeah, why not?
And that being the case, the Cats would need to pick up about 15 more yards here. Certainly the more the better, but 31 seconds to go. Cats come to the line of scrimmage, put 3 receivers right. Duke's the receiver to the left. Shumway from the gun, takes the snap, handoff to Coyne. Adley runs over a man and then falls forward to the 30. Cats are going to have to hustle. It's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. They do stop the clock. Well, this official has it marked close to a first down.
He wants to measure, I think.
And they're going to give the Cats the first down. So things will stop here for a second while they get the chains. And if Ethan Brooks thinks about it, he'll just walk up there. Nope, they wind the clock. 20 seconds to go. 3 receivers right for the Cats. Shumway takes the snap, back to throw. Looking left, now he's going to tuck it. Again, he's got some room to run if he wants to. Gavin gets past him, and he's inside the 20 and then thrown out of bounds. This should stop the clock.
Yep.
With 4 seconds to go. Gavin down to about the 15, and do the Cats think about the field goal now, or do they take a shot at the end zone? 4 seconds is one play.
I think they're going to take a shot here.
First down Cats after another Shumway scramble.
15 yards.
4 seconds to go. 2 receivers to either side for the Bobcats. McDermott in motion. Shumway back to throw. Floats one toward the end zone. Back of the end zone. Caught. Was he in? Yes. Touchdown. Jack Ream, Bobcats. On the final play of the first half, have a 15-yard touchdown. Shumway to Ream. Jack right on the back line of the end zone. We were waiting for the 2 officials to give us a signal on whether he was in bounds, and they say he was. Owen McCumber on for the extra point. Snap down, kick away, and it's good, and that's how the first half comes to an end. The Cats with a 28-0 lead over Pinedale. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877. Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks. Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too. Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street. Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Welcome to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. The Bobcats leading 28-0 over the Pinedale Wranglers at the half. The Cats scoring on the final play of the first half, a 15-yard touchdown pass. Gavin Shumway to Jack Ream. Ream, the 3rd senior to score a touchdown in that first half for the Bobcats. Extra point good, and the Cats with the 4-touchdown lead here at the break. Kevin, I think Pinedale certainly doesn't have an answer defensively for the Bobcat offense. The only thing that slowed the Cat offense in that first half was a fumble. I couldn't ask for a better start following a tough loss on Tuesday. The Bobcats coming out and kind of making a statement to Pinedale in the first half.
Yeah, I think the Bobcats are taking out a little frustration from Tuesday, which rightfully so, and I think it is as billed, getting back to the roots of running the football. I mean, I'll get into stats here in a little bit, but just kind of what we expected out of the Bobcats, ground and pound it in the middle and make Pinedale get out of their comfort zone because they're down 28, and it's a team that does not throw the football. So getting a team down 28 and a team that threw the ball 50 times this year definitely not where Pinedale will succeed in the second half, in my opinion.
Yeah, tough for Pinedale here. Down 4 scores coming out. They will get the ball to start the third quarter, but not a team that is explosive offensively, and tough for a team like that to be down at all. But when you're down 4 scores with a couple quarters to go, and your team isn't a big play type of a team, I would think, as young as that Pinedale team is, it's probably all of this is probably more about trying to build beyond this season. And so I don't think you're going to see a lot of deviation from their game plan. They are what they are. I think you're probably going to see a lot of what they ran in the first half being the same thing they run in the second half.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, they have 11 freshmen on their roster, so obviously something that, Pinedale, you said they're building for the future. They got 11 guys, so it's promising for them, and they've got some guys that I think are getting some time just due to the sheer fact of numbers on their roster. So a good building experience for them, and like you said, I don't think they'll really deviate from their game plan, just kind of due to the circumstance of their program right now.
Yeah, 30 players on their roster, 18 of them are freshmen and sophomores. So certainly a program that's trying to be built over there. Coach Kundle trying to build a football program, rebuild a football program over in Pinedale. And Bobcats, nice job there in that first half, both sides of the ball. Pinedale did move it a couple times into Bobcat territory, but the defense stiffened up when they needed to.
Yeah, Bobcats not giving up a whole lot of yardage, and I'll allude to it in my keys to the second half, but, the penalties have kind of got the Bobcats kind of deceiving, I guess. They've given Pinedale a couple first downs on penalties and things like that, but all in all, a good defensive effort out of the Bobcats. They haven't allowed really a couple small, I call them medium plays, about 15, 17 yards here, but after they do that, they kind of shore it up a little bit and get that push and stop them. Or you've seen a couple things like bad snaps, got Pinedale a couple times too, which we've seen our fair share of that on the Bobcat sideline, so no one feels real bad about that. So Bobcat defense doing their job, and Bobcat offense is rolling as well.
Take a timeout, come back. Kevin will have the numbers from the first half of this one. It's 28-0 Cats at the break. Back after this timeout.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Cats up 28-0 here at the break. Just had a nice little performance by the junior Bobcat cheerleaders out there, and kind of neat to see those young ladies out there learning what the big girls are doing, the high school girls are doing as well, and kind of a neat little halftime performance. Cats up 4 scores here at the half, and with those first half numbers, here's Kevin.
With your Pinedale Wranglers, we're going to start off Ziegler, the quarterback, 6 carries for 16 yards. Has thrown the ball 5 times tonight, 1 completion for 10 yards, no interceptions for Ziegler. Jensen, one of the main ball carriers tonight, in terms of yards especially, he has 7 carries for 40 yards. But then we go down to Kravitsky. He has 8 carries for 29 yards. The lone catch going to Larson for 10 yards. Offensive totals, not a whole lot to see on the Wranglers side. 85 yards of rushing, 10 yards of passing for a total of 95 yards. They do have 25 penalty yards on top of that as well. Moving over to the Bobcats, Gavin Shumway, 5 attempts, 97 yards, almost ready to break that 100-yard rushing for Gavin tonight. He's got 1 touchdown on the ground tonight. He has thrown 4 for 7 passes for 38 yards and a touchdown. So Gavin's got 1 through the air and 1 on the ground tonight so far in the first half. Eli McCumber, 2 carries, 4 yards, and a rushing touchdown for him. And Adley Coyne, 12 carries, 154 yards, a touchdown. He also did have a fumble there in the first half, has caught 2 passes for 16 yards. Wyatt McDermott, 1 catch for 7 yards. And Jack Ream there at the end of the first half, 1 catch for 15 yards and a touchdown. Offensive totals for the Bobcats, 255 yards on the ground, 38 through the air for a total of 298 yards of total offense. And those are your Thermopolis Eye Care look at the stats.
Thank you, Kevin. Want to remind everybody that Lady Cat volleyball team wrapping up the regular season this weekend. They're over in Buffalo tonight, taking on number 5 Buffalo, and then stay on the road tomorrow to wrap up the regular season in Douglas tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. And then volleyball postseason starts next weekend, and Thermopolis will be hosting the 3A East Regional Volleyball Tournament here at Bobcat Gym. First match on Friday of that regional tournament will get started at 10 o'clock. Don't know, none of the seeding has been finalized yet. That won't happen until after tomorrow's regular season play ends. So not sure when the Lady Cats first round match will be, but you can go to the Activities Association site once that bracket is set and download that bracket, and make sure you get out and support the Lady Cats next weekend as they host the 3A East Regional Tournament here in Thermop. That's something that only comes around once every 7-8 years when you get to host something like that. So opportunity to come out and see a lot of volleyball and support the Lady Cats as well.
Brandon Daramidi earning his paycheck this year, hosting state golf, and now we've got regional volleyball. So a lot of things on his plate this year so far as an AD.
Absolutely. Cross country season ends this weekend. Tomorrow is the state cross country meet over in Ethity, hosted by Wyoming Indian High School, and so the Bobcat cross country team will be over there for the state cross country meet. Want to wish them good luck tomorrow as well. This is final football broadcast of the season, as the Cats will not make the playoffs this season. The 2A West teams are set for the playoffs. Seeding isn't set other than the number 1 seed. That is confirmed and finalized. Lyman will be the number 1 seed from the West. They remained perfect on the year after they defeated Mountain View yesterday 40-7. So Lyman, perfect on the season, will be the 1 seed out of the West. Lovell, Cokeville, and Big Piney, the other 3 teams from the West that have qualified for postseason, and Lovell will be the 2 seed as they defeated Cokeville this afternoon 21-6. So Lovell now 7-1 overall. They finished 6-1 in conference play. They'll be the 2 seed. Cokeville will fall all the way to 4 if Big Piney picks up the win at Kemmer tonight. Big Piney with a win would be the 3 seed, and Kemmer would be the 4. It's not a given that Big Piney's going to beat Kemmer. Kemmer is certainly a team that has vastly improved this year from last year, and has picked up a couple conference wins this season. And so if that was an upset tonight, then you start getting into tiebreakers between Cokeville and Big Piney into who's the 3 and who's the 4. But those 4 teams will be representing the West in the playoffs starting next week. Things much more up in the air over on the east side, as 7 of the 8 teams in the East have a chance to qualify for the playoffs, depending on how those 4 games play out tonight in the East Conference. Glen Rock, the only team that's been officially eliminated from the postseason. So some teams certainly need a win and then need to have a bunch of stuff really line up in their favor to give themselves a chance. But rarely do you see 7 teams have a chance going into week 8 of the season.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff over there. I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. Early in the first quarter, Newcastle is up 7 on number 4 Wheatland. So that could shake some stuff up over there for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy to have that many people still fighting for a playoff spot on week 8. You look at the 2A West side, and there's 3 teams already that know pretty much everyone knows what's happening. It's just down to seeding at this point. So,
and again, some things are certain over in the East, like Torrington is going to be in the playoffs. It's just a matter of
where
they're going to be seated. Wheatland is a team that will be in the playoffs. It's just a matter of where they will be seated. But there's a bunch of other teams that have a chance to be one of those other 2 spots, depending on how things play out tonight. And that includes our good friend Brad Morrison down at Burns.
And they're playing Torrington tonight.
They certainly are looking to pull off an upset there tonight and get themselves into the playoffs as well. So a lot of things yet to be determined on who the 8 teams will be in the 2A state football playoffs, but everything will be determined after tonight's play, and it should be an entertaining 2A state playoffs. I think Lyman goes in arguably as the team to beat. They're on a roll right now, but Torrington, a very good team as well, and they're going to have a lot to say about that before it's all over.
Yeah, Torrington, just a pretty good squad over there. Like I said, Brad Morrison and the Burns, I forget the Bronx, yeah, the Fighting Brad Morrison's down there in Burns have a tall task for Torrington, but just crazy. Look at these scores. There could be some big shakeups in the East, but we don't have to worry about any of that here at Leroy Hayes Field. So Bobcats just have a half of football left in their season, and it's all in the books.
Yeah, two quarters to go here from Thermopolis. The Cats leading 28-0 at the half. We'll take a timeout, come back. We'll have the third quarter kickoff. This has been the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show, KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and at KDNO on Facebook.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Welcome back to Bobcat Football with our Travis Winger, Edward Jones. Keys to the second half. Here's Kevin.
All right, the first key I have is to eliminate the penalties. Bobcats had 5 of them in the first half for 65 yards, kind of giving Pinedale a couple free first downs, and so I have eliminate your penalties in the second half. Also, I have work on your execution, your techniques, your assignments. Even though there's only half of football left, you need to still stay sound in your techniques and not have any of those mental laps, and just kind of have good follow through of what the coaches have taught you all season long and finish out the second half of football. And the last one I have is get some underclassmen, some varsity experience. If you're going to be up 28 points here, I think we're going to see some different players rotate in and out, and that's always important to get some of those guys some varsity experience before they get thrown into it next year. So those are your Travis Winger and Edward Jones keys to the second half.
Thank you, Kevin. And 2 quarters remaining in the regular season here for the Bobcats and the Wranglers. Bobcats leading 28-0. 4 different players scoring touchdowns in that first half. Bobcats did not punt in that first half. Neither did Pinedale, for that matter. They were lined up to punt once and did get a punt off, but a roughing the punter call kept possession with the Wranglers. So officially, no punts have been attempted so far in this ballgame. Eli McCumber will tee it up for the Bobcats as we get ready to start the third quarter. Cats will be going from north to south here at Leroy Hayes Field. Jensen, the deep man for the Wranglers, as the officials are still getting into position here. Players are all ready to go.
Yep.
McCumber approaches the ball, puts the toe to it, line drive kick that is fielded at the 13 by Jensen. He's out over the 30, and we'll get to about the 34-yard line, and that's where Pinedale will have it. First and 10, 21-yard return for Jensen.
Bobcats come out with their standard personnel on defense to start the second half.
Yeah, I would think you'd see the starters at least for the first possession or two here on
I think we'll see them for
either side of the ball.
Probably see them for most of the third quarter, I would guess, and then
I guarantee you there's some kids in purple and gold right now that would love to get this to a running clock, and then you got a play-by-play guy that would like to see that happen as well. First and 10, Pinedale. From the 34, Ziegler under center, receiver to either side. Will give it to Kravitsky, the up man. Nope. Ziegler kept it himself and tripped. Adley Coyne and Austin Barrel in pursuit. He got his feet tangled up with Kravitsky, and Ziegler goes down for about a 2-yard loss on the play.
Forced down by number 44, Adley Coyne.
Second and 12 for Pinedale. Just underway, third quarter. Cats leading 28-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Two receivers to the right for Pinedale on second down. Receiver to the left. Toss sweep right side to Kravitsky. He's got a head of steam as he gets out over the 40 to the 43 is where they'll spot him. He's going to be a yard short. Don't move them down markers yet.
he was flying.
Yeah, Kravitsky's a hard runner, not a big kid. 5'8". Stocky, though. I mean, he's a strong young man, but he's got some wheels, and he got to the edge in a hurry there.
That is
picked up almost 10.
His best run of the night.
It's going to bring up third and a short 2 for Pinedale. Ball at the Wrangler 43-yard line, just inside the 43. Two receivers right again. Backs in the eye this time on third down. Ziegler under center will give it second man through. That's Jensen, and he's not going to get it. He stood up at the line of scrimmage and actually pushed back a little bit. Progress is close to back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a loss of 1.
They will give him a loss of a yard. It's going to bring up fourth and a long 2 now. Jarek Sorensen came shooting through there and made a big hit on Jensen. Fourth down Wranglers, they'll go for it, down 28-0. Put a receiver to either side. Two backs in the wing. Ziegler will keep it himself, and he'll have the first down as he crosses midfield. Fake the dive and kept it himself down to the Bobcat 48-yard line, so a fresh set of downs. Wranglers convert on fourth and 2.
Get about 7 on that.
See Matt Music checking in at safety for the Bobcats.
Yep. Senior.
First and 10 Pinedale from the Bobcat 48. Under 9 minutes to go in the third. Pinedale with the kick to start this, or with the ball to start this third quarter. Jensen in motion will take the toss, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. Adley Coyne with the tackle, hard tackle. Ziegler is a little woozy getting up. He had his head hit the turf pretty hard, and I'm not sure he's exactly right now.
No.
The officials are stopping play. He's going to need some assistance getting off the field.
And Adley's going to help him.
Yeah, Adley comes over to steer him in the right direction. Ziegler's had his head hit pretty hard off the turf on that tackle. He took the toss on the going left. Adley Coyne read it well, came shooting through the gap and threw him for nearly a 4-yard loss. Ball back on the Pinedale side of the 50. This is kind of what we saw with Mr. Farrell a week ago. Hate to see that happen.
Yeah.
Jensen makes his way to the sideline. Pinedale comes up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 14, Pinedale. Receiver either side. Ziegler under center. Will give, nope, keeps it himself on the fake, on the dive, and back across midfield to the Bobcat 47. Gain of about 5 there for Ziegler. Will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Wranglers. Ziegler, the second leading rusher on this team, and you can see why. Although Kravitsky's had more carries in this game than maybe we thought we would see from him.
He's been fairly efficient. He's been the most efficient runner they've had on the team. 9 for 40, so his yard per carry is above everybody else. Everybody has 9 carries on the team. So
7:35 to go. 3rd and 9 for the Wranglers. Bobcats leading 28-0. Ziegler will give to Kravitsky. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. Tackle there by Sorensen and Coyne on that defensive line. 4th and 8 for the Wranglers after the 1-yard Kravitsky carry. Ziegler just now coming back to the huddle from the sideline after getting the play.
They're going to be pressed.
Going to have to hustle this one, or they're going to have to burn a timeout. 4th and 8, Pinedale. Just now breaking the huddle. Play clock's under 10. 2 receivers to either side for the Wranglers. 1 back. Ziegler will roll right. Pressure comes, gets past 1 man, but not past Coyne. Adley's going to drop him at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a 2-yard loss, and the Cats will take over on downs at the 48.
Adley having a good defensive game out there tonight on top of his offensive output.
Turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Bobcats.
Yeah, Ziegler didn't have a chance there to set up and look downfield. Pressure was coming, and Mr. Coyne with the sack.
I wasn't completely sure it was not designed to run there for a second.
1st and 10 Bobcats from their own 48. Bobcats will put 3 receivers left. Del Duke's the lone receiver to the right. Shumway from the gun. McDermott, short motion. Will keep it himself up the middle. Runs through an arm tackle. Across midfield inside the 45. And close to a 1st down as he gets down to the Pinedale 42. I think he's got enough with that spot.
Yep.
It will be a 1st down. 10 yards for Shumway on the carry.
Bobcats hurry the line.
Yeah, 2 contrasting styles. Cats will put 3 receivers to the right side. Ball spotted right hash. Shumway from the gun. Direct snap to Coyne. Adley dragging a Pinedale lineman inside the 35 to the 34. That'll be 7 yards for Coyne. 2nd and 3 Bobcats. Clock at 5:45 to go in the 3rd. Adley acting like he might have got a little dinged up there on that one.
Yep, he's going right back out there.
Cats will bunch 4 receivers to the short side of the field on the right side. Ball spotted right hash. Now McDermott comes in motion. Shumway keeps it himself. Gavin's inside the 30 down to about the 25-yard line. That'll be another Cat 1st down.
Number 33, Luke Gray on the
Doing a nice job at the mesh point there, getting Pinedale to bite on Adley. And Gavin with his best rushing game of the season, I would think so far. 3 receivers right for the Cats. Dukes to the left. McCumber comes in motion from right to left, and movement up front by Pinedale, but no call. Cats look back to the sideline to confirm the play. Play clock under 5. Need to snap it, and they do. Shumway will roll left, looking downfield, lets one go, tipped, that's caught. That's Wyatt McDermott. Wyatt inside the 5, touchdown Bobcats. Wyatt McDermott with the catch and a 25-yard touchdown pass. Shumway to McDermott puts 6 more on the board for Thermopolis.
And another senior with a touchdown.
A nice job of concentration there because that ball got tipped.
Yeah, we saw that earlier this year. Wyatt caught one that was tipped as he flew down the field. So, yeah, good concentration absolutely by Wyatt on that.
Owen McCumber on for the extra point. Snap down, kick away, and it's good. 4:32 to go in the third. The Cats lead 35-0 over the Wranglers. This is Cat football back after the timeout.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Bobcats with their 5th touchdown of the ball game. Gavin Shumway to Wyatt McDermott, 25-yard touchdown pass. McDermott, nice job, number 1, of making the catch off the deflection. And then number 2, the yards after catch, broke a couple tackles inside the 10 and took it into the end zone for the Bobcats score. Cats leading 35-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 4:32 to go in the third. Eli McCumber will kick it off for the Cats. The deep man now for Pinedale is Kravitsky with Jensen out of the game with the injury. Jensen has helmet off on the sideline. McCumber, high end-over-end kick that's fielded at the 20-yard line by Ziegler. Ziegler out over the 30 to the 34. That's where the Wranglers will start their next drive. Bobcats in control of this one. They lead Pinedale 35-0. Cats shut out Pinedale a year ago over in Pinedale 54-0.
Good amount of fans out tonight for the Bobcats' final home game.
Yep. It'll be in senior night, and it was more than just the football seniors recognized, also golf and cross country recognized as well. 1 receiver to either side for the Wranglers. Ziegler on the keeper will get to the line of scrimmage and no more as he stood up there. Eli McCumber up high and Mr. Coyne down low on the stop for the Bobcats. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Pinedale.
I believe they also recognized some band seniors as well out there tonight.
Yep.
I think they had 20 total seniors out there.
It's a lot.
Yep. Mark Hamilton gets to do all the reading, so.
Yeah, he can barely speak now doing the PA. Lost his voice doing all the senior introductions. 2nd and 10, Pinedale. They'll put 2 receivers right, 1 left. Kravitsky, the fullback, goes in motion, takes the toss right side. Kravitsky around the edge. He's got a first down as he goes out over the 45. On the tackle for the Bobcats was Carson Williams, I believe. It was Carson on the tackle. First down, Pinedale out to the 47-yard line. Kervitsky on the carry. Clock at 3:20 to go in the third. Bobcats up 35-0 over Pinedale. Wranglers with a receiver to either side. Two backs set up as a wing. Kervitsky is the fullback. Kervitsky will get it off left guard and gets to midfield before being tackled there by Hazen Thurgood on the stop. 3-yard gain for Kervitsky. 2nd and 7 Pinedale.
Still nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary out of Pinedale.
Yeah, I mean, they're like we talked at the half, they are what they are.
Yep.
And they're not going to deviate from, regardless of the score here, from what they do. Back goes in motion. Ziegler back to throw. Gets away from one Bobcat in the backfield. Now he'll keep it himself. He's inside the 45.
It's coming back.
Down to the 39, but we have a flag on the play. We've got a hold on the Wranglers on the back side of that play. Pressure came from a couple of Bobcats, and that might be where the hold occurred. So instead of a first down, Bobcats will back the Wranglers up 10 from the spot of the foul, which was the 50. So this will go back to the 40-yard line, and will bring up 2nd and 17 for the Wranglers. Clock stopped with 2:04 to go in the third. Now they wind it up. Pinedale again will huddle and call their play.
Pinedale has run 11 plays in this quarter as opposed to 4 by the Bobcats.
2nd and 17 for Pinedale. More of a bunch formation here. Receivers tighter. Ziegler back to throw, lets one go down the field, trying to get it to a receiver at the Bobcat 43, and that goes over everybody's head, and that receiver well covered by Shumway, Ream, and Music in the backfield. Try to get it to Bodie Jensen, but pass incomplete, brings up 3rd and 17. Clock stops with 1:31 to go in the third.
Yeah, Bobcats really not having the ball here much in the third quarter, but their one possession, they definitely take advantage.
Receiver to either side, backs in the wing. Kervitsky at the fullback spot will take the fake, and Ziegler will keep it himself and falls forward for a couple of yards. So to bring up 4th and 15 for the Wranglers. See what Pinedale decides to do here. The ball on their side of the 50 at the 42. Looks like they'll go for it. Ziegler comes to the side to get the play call from Coach Kundle. Clock winds under a minute to go in the third. Bobcat defense looking to get another stop on downs here. 4th and 15 for the Wranglers. They'll put 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ziegler will stay under center. Ziegler back to throw, pressure coming, gets it off, that's complete. Receiver out to the 48 before being pushed out of bounds by Wyatt McDermott. That will be well short of the first down. Actually, you're going to spot it at the 50, which is still well short of the first down. Is there a flag?
They might be calling horse collar or something.
Nope, illegal block in the back on the Wranglers. The Cats will decline that, I'm sure, and Cats will take over at midfield. The catch made by Holden Sexton, but not enough yards for the first down. Needed 15 and came up about 8 yards short there.
Bobcats will get the ball right at midfield.
25 seconds to go in the third. Cats take over, leading 35-0 over the Wranglers. And looking to put more on the board here. They'll put 3 receivers to the right. Dukes, the lone receiver, left. Shumway stays in the gun. Direct snap to Coyne. Adley right up the middle. He's into Big Piney territory as he's tossed down at the Pinedale 34-yard line. That's a gain of 16 for Adley Coyne.
Another big game for Adley on the ground.
Nothing fancy about it. Direct snap. Adley right up the middle and let those offensive linemen get a big push. 1st and 10 Cats. Clock at 6 seconds to go. See if the Cats get this off. They do. Toss outside, left side to Coyne. Makes one man miss. Trying to get around another man and can't. He gets brought down at the 28-yard line.
Coyne, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 33.
And that's where the third quarter comes to an end. A gain of 5 yards for Coyne on first down. Cats will have a 2nd and 5 when we come back for the fourth quarter. This is Cat Football KDNO on Facebook at KDNO and on YouTube at WyoToday.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
12 minutes to go here in the 2021 football season for the Bobcats and the Pinedale Wranglers. Cats leading 35-0, have a 2nd and 5 from the Pinedale 29. The Bobcats have scored on every possession but one in this game. The one possession that they didn't, they fumbled. I believe that's been the only turnover of the game. Is that correct?
Yes.
2nd and 5 Cats. 3 receivers left. Shumway from the gun takes the snap, back to throw, looking right and trying to get it to Dukes. And pass goes incomplete, a little bit too far out in front. And another flag. We've had enough of them in this game.
Yeah.
Illegal man downfield on the Bobcats. Somebody in that interior line moved down the field. Side judges explaining things to Bobcat coaching staff.
And they will accept that penalty.
Back the Cats up 5, so it's back to a 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line of Pinedale. Just underway, fourth quarter. Cats leading 35-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats huddling up here on this 2nd down call. McDermott, Ream, and McCumber will split out to the right. Dukes will split out left. Coyne off of the left shoulder of Shumway. Direct snap to Coyne. Adley right up the middle. And makes a couple men miss and then drags a couple Wrangler defenders, and a late flag comes flying in after the play. Personal foul on Pinedale. I didn't see it, so I'm not sure
I didn't either.
Late hit, maybe.
McPhee's not sure what's going on either.
The gain was to the 29-yard line. I believe it was a dead ball foul, was it not? It was a dead ball foul. So you add the 15 on to the end of the run, so give Coyne credit for the yardage. And then the personal foul, 15 yards added on to it, will take the ball inside the Pinedale 15 to the 14. And again, it had to be a late hit.
Yeah.
Somebody coming in late into the pile. Cats will put 2 receivers to either side. Coyne sets up left side of Shumway in the gun. 11:47 to go in the fourth. Cats looking to score again. Shumway keeps this one himself, and Gavin's going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Pinedale defense coming through there and not letting Gavin have any room to run. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, Cats.
2nd and 10.
Best thing about this is the clock runs.
Yep.
Bobcats will put 3 receivers left this time. Dukes will be the lone receiver to the right. McDermott comes in motion, handoff Coyne up the middle, pushes one lineman kind of off to the side and goes down for short gain of a couple. Give him maybe 3 on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and a long 7 for the Cats.
Gain of a couple. 3rd and 8.
McDermott, McCumber, and Ream will split out to the right. Dukes will split left. Coyne in the backfield with Shumway. Snap back to Gavin. Flag comes in at the snap. Gavin running left, throws, has Dukes. Did Dukes make the catch?
Why would they blow it dead?
Side judge having words with the Bobcats sideline. False start or an illegal formation, one of the two. Coach McPhee's getting an explanation. I think it was an illegal formation. I think because they're talking to Dell. Well, it couldn't be an illegal formation. He doesn't have anybody covered up, so he must have just left a little early. Either way, it backs the Cats up 5. It's 3rd and 13 now. So take the catch away for Dell.
Bobcats trying to distribute the ball out there and see how many people can get a touchdown tonight.
Bobcats will empty the backfield. Coyne will split out to the left. McDermott, McCumber, Dukes, and Ream will split out right. Coyne comes in motion. Jet sweep right side to Adley. Looking for a block. Gets one. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Bobcats. Adley Coyne takes it in on the jet sweep from the 17-yard line. And the Bobcats add 6 more. They lead 41-0 over the Wranglers. Coyne with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Snap back on the extra point. High kick up and good. Took a while to come down, but extra point good. Cats lead 42-0. We got the Cat kickoff after this timeout.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Bobcats with their 6th touchdown of this ball game. Adley Coyne with his 2nd rushing touchdown from 17 yards out. Extra point good from Owen McCumber. Cats pitching a shutout, 42-0 over the Wranglers.
Owen's extra points tonight look really good.
He's done a really good job, and he's improved as the year's gone on.
Yep.
Eli McCumber will kick this one off for the Cats. Kickoff actually comes from Adley Coyne, and whistles stop this one.
Offsides, I think somebody left early again.
And that's a tough one because your primary kicker comes up, peels away, and the second guy comes in to kick it, and it's hard to hold your water and not take off too quickly.
Hold your water. That's a good one, Donnie.
Officials explaining it to the Bobcats out there in the center of the field.
Basically saying you can't do that.
So the Cats will back up 5 yards and will kick it off again.
Good kick by Adley, though. It's a tough angle.
Yeah, and it kind of kicked into the part of the field that was no man's land there. That was going to be interesting to see who got to it first. Eli has it re-teed again. Now the kick will come from the 35-yard line as opposed to the 40. I'm guessing this will be conventional here. Eli approaches it, puts a foot to it, line drive kick that hits and is fielded at the 10-yard line. Out over the 25, the 30, out near the 40. I believe that was Kravitsky on the return. Good field position for Pinedale at their 39-yard line. 10-11 to go in the game, and Bobcat defense would love nothing more than to pitch another shutout against Pinedale here.
Yeah. I was going to say that, but I don't want to jinx it yet.
It starts to become a pride thing. You want to see that 0 stay on the board.
Yeah, I know Coach Frisella is definitely probably thinking that down there.
$10-11 to go in this one. Bobcats in control. Wranglers to the line of scrimmage, a receiver to either side. Ziegler will stay under center with those two backs and a wing. One of the wings comes in motion into an I. They'll give it to that back, and he's going nowhere. Austin Barrell comes through and makes the initial hit. Sorensen comes in and helps out along with Porter McCumber, I believe. Loss of a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 for Pinedale. Barrell comes out of the ball game as Will Ward checks in for the Cats, and we're going to try and get you as many of these subs as we can now as the Cats start to shuffle some players in. Will Cole's out of the corner now for the Cats as well. 2 receivers left for the Wranglers, 1 right. Kravitsky stays at the fullback. He'll take the toss left side. Kravitsky stumbles as he gets over the 40 to the 41. He'll pick up 2 on that carry.
Yeah, I think we'll start to see a lot of players shuffle around here. I saw someone practicing the snaps with the Bobcats get the ball back. I would assume we'll see some different offensive linemen.
Hadley Johnson checking in along with Mason Reese. And we're going to get a couple players, I'm sure, here that we don't have numbers on either. Bunch of shuffling going on there for the Cat defense. 3rd and 9 for the Wranglers. Ziegler will keep this one himself. Ziegler out close to first down yardage. He will have the first down as he gets to midfield. That's a gain of 10 for Ziegler and a fresh set of downs for the Wranglers.
Ziegler on the carry. Brought down by Aaron.
Ethan Yarrington checking into the ball game for the Bobcats. Jack Ream comes out. Here comes Logan Defoe along with Jessen Bassey.
And out come Wyatt McDermott and Adley Coyne, and they'll get some claps from the Bobcat crowd.
Yep, seniors playing their final home game. I thought that official was throwing a flag toward the Bobcat bench, but it was the tee.
And Bowker shows his hustle out there.
1st and 10 Wranglers from midfield. Ziegler under center will keep it himself again. He's inside the Bobcat 45, the 40, the 35, inside the 30, and down to about the 14-yard line, so a 36-yard run for Ziegler. 1st and 10 for the Wranglers.
And that is the biggest play of the Wranglers' day.
Bunch of younger players in there on that Cat defense now. Zane Smith checking in for the Bobcats on the D-line. Wranglers will come 1st and 10 from the Cat 14. Ziegler goes under center, brings a man in motion, gives off to Kravitsky. Kravitsky up the middle, inside the 10 to about the 9. That'll be a gain of 5 for Kravitsky. Give him 6 as they spot it at the 8. 2nd and 4 for the Wranglers. Clock at 7:35 to go. Bobcats leading 42-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, but Pinedale threatening here. Pinedale has been down to the Bobcat 5 earlier in the game. Ziegler makes sure everybody comes set. Now goes under center. Will give to Kravitsky. Kravitsky inside the 5 toward the goal line that he's going to be short of the end zone, but enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal Pinedale from the Bobcat just inside the 3-yard line. Austin Slagle checking in for the Bobcats.
Bobcats' second squad defense has a task in front of them, try to keep Pinedale out of this end zone.
Clock under 7 to go. 1st and goal Pinedale from the Cat 3. Ziegler will give to Kravitsky. Kravitsky will take it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Wranglers.
James Kravitsky with the 3-yard touchdown run.
And the shutout ends.
Pinedale on the board, 42-6. I would guess the Wranglers are going to go for 2. I didn't see much of a kicking game in the pregame warm-ups.
The Wranglers will attempt the 2-point conversion.
Wranglers will put a receiver to either side for this 2-point conversion try. Kravitsky, the fullback, he'll get the ball, and Kravitsky will, he got close, but I don't think he got in. Nope, they're going to say he did.
Oh.
Cross the plane, so 2-point conversion is good. 6:51 to go in the ball game. The Bobcats leading Pinedale 42-8. We'll have the Pinedale kickoff after this timeout.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Wright Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Wright Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist-certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Wright Rehabilitation. Visit www.wrightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877.
Pinedale with the 3-yard touchdown run from James Kravitsky. 2-point conversion try good, and Pinedale on the board. Bobcats leading 42-8 over the Wranglers. 6:51 to go in the ball game, and don't know what Pinedale will decide to do here, if they'll try something onside or just boot it away. You're down. Cats are going to creep up a little bit toward midfield.
I was going to guess we're going to get an onside.
I mean, you're down 34. I'm not sure. It will be an onside kick, and the ball rolling around on the ground, and Pinedale might have got this. The Bobcats didn't aggressively come after it.
Nobody
and
covered
Pinedale
the
did recover it at the Bobcat 47-yard line. The ball just kept rolling along the ground, and a purple jersey didn't come up and attack the ball.
The blockers went up to get the first line, and nobody pursued the football.
So Pinedale will get it back. The Cat 47. Both teams with a successful onside kick in this game. Receiver to either side for the Wranglers. Ziegler under center, brings a man in motion. Ziegler will keep it himself off that right side again. He's got room to run down the sideline again, and will get all the way inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. That's a 40-yard gain for Ziegler. He's going to rack up some yards here in this one. Had a carry of 34 early in the previous drive, and now that one of 40. And Pinedale with first and goal from the Cats 7. 6:30 to go in the game. Clock runs. 42-8, Bobcats in front.
Shutout quickly goes the other direction here. Might give up 2 quick ones.
Pinedale just now getting a line of scrimmage. Receiver wide left. Jet sweep, and this will be an easy touchdown for Bodie Jensen. Took the ball, jet sweep left side, and there wasn't a purple jersey within 10 yards of him.
No.
An easy 7-yard touchdown run there for Jensen. And Pinedale with back-to-back touchdowns cuts into that Cat lead. 6 minutes even to go in the ball game, and we'll have another 2-point try coming here.
That's where you see some of those underclassmen that just don't quite know their assignments out there on defense, facing a varsity squad on offense.
Kravitsky, the fullback, got it last time on the conversion. We'll see. This time it'll be a toss outside, and that conversion is good, but a flag comes in. Could be a hold. It is a hold on Pinedale, so back them up 10 and retry the conversion. And the hold came at about the 6-yard line, so this will take the ball out to the 16. So a long 2-point try here for the Wranglers. As it stands right now, it's 42-14, Bobcats in front. Receiver to either side as the Wranglers come to the line of scrimmage. Ziegler back to throw, rolls left. Now looks back middle of the field. Pass is intercepted. And it'll be blown dead. Zane Stam with the pick. He wanted to take it back. He's wanting to know why everybody blew it dead. Zane Stam picks off the 2-point conversion, so the Cat defense denies the Wranglers that. It's 42-14 Cats back after this timeout with the Pinedale kick.
Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Bodie Jensen with a 7-yard touchdown run for Pinedale. 2-point conversion, no good. Bobcats lead 42-14, 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Nine, 10 Bobcats within 10 yards of midfield here, expecting another onside try from Pinedale.
I guess they got a talking to about that one.
And it is another onside try, and it's fielded right at the 45 by the Bobcats. 1st and 10 Cats from their 45. Gavin Shumway coming up and recovering that onside kick, and
just falls to the ground.
Bobcats will have it. 1st and 10 from their 45.
We still have Adley Coyne and Gavin Shumway still in the game. Jack Ream still out there.
Yeah, first unit offense is staying on.
Yeah.
And I think that's a result of back-to-back quick touchdowns. I think the Cats would like to pick up a couple first downs here.
Mm-hmm.
Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their 45, just under 6 minutes to go in the ball game. 3 receivers left for the Cats. Matt Music comes in motion. He gets the handoff, jet sweep left side, gets a block. No, we're going to have a hold called here. That looked like a pretty good block.
Ooh.
And here comes another flag. We're going to have a late hit out of bounds. We're going to have offsetting penalties here.
Yep.
And we've got an injured Wrangler on the Bobcats sideline. Music got stopped for about a 2-yard loss on the play.
I think we're just going to do this all over when it's said and done here.
We're going to have a hold on the Cats. I think we're going to have a late hit on the Wranglers. There's the holding call on the Bobcats. Oh, we got targeting. Is that what the shot to the head is? So those penalties will offset, and we'll start all over again at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
That never happened. Coach McPhee out in the huddle, calling the play in.
So Matt Music does not get credit for a carry.
Nope.
Ball spotted on the right hash. Cats going from south to north here at Leroy Hayes Field. 5:47 to go. All these penalties have slowed things to a crawl here in the second half. 2 receivers to either side for the Cats. Shumway from the gun brings McDermott in short motion. Give it off to Damian Gosnell in the backfield. He's got a first down as he rumbles inside the Pinedale 45 to the 44. Damian Gosnell with 11 yards, but a flag in the backfield.
Oh, no. Now what?
Personal foul. This is another shot to the head on the Wranglers.
Ooh.
So back-to-back. I'm assuming that's helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, in college and the NFL, that signal is targeting, but there is no. It is personal foul on the Wranglers. I think the Cats want the.
Well, Gosnell will get the credit for the carry.
Yep, they'll add this on to the end of the run. So 11 yards for Gosnell.
And shout out to Pat Schmidt watching our
And a timeout called by the Bobcats. 5:37 to go. Cats in control. Back with the first down play after this timeout.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks. Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too. Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street. Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Kind of a neat little timeout there by Coach Matt McPhee. The whole purpose of that timeout was to give an opportunity for his 10 seniors to stand at the 50-yard line as a group and wave to the crowd and show their appreciation, and for a chance for the crowd to show their appreciation to them as well. Bobcats will put their second team offense out on the field after that first down carry from Damian Gosnell and the 15 yards added on. Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the Pinedale 29.
We'll see Will
It
Cole.
will be Will Cole at quarterback for the Cats. He'll go from the gun. Snap back, whistle or flags as
somebody left early.
Ball carrier takes it inside the 25-yard line. But the penalty will go
Who's the ball carrier?
against the Cats. Illegal shift on the Bobcats. So back the Bobcats up 5. That will now make it 1st and 15. And I think we're going to see a lot of small mistakes happening here in this final 5.5 minutes. I don't think either sideline would be too upset if the officials kind of look the other way on some of these. 1st and 15 Cats. Cole will go from the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. Snap back. Handoff up the middle, and the carry from Ryan Aarons for about a yard on the carry. So 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats. Clock under 5 to go. Cole gets the play from Coach Matt McPhee. Now goes back to the Bobcat huddle. You're not going to see the second team go up to the line of scrimmage and get the play from the sideline like the first unit does.
No.
2 receivers either side. Cole from the gun. Snap back. Give it off to Aarons again, and Aarons will be thrown for a loss of 2 on that play. So it'll bring up 3rd and 16 for the Bobcats. Good experience for these younger kids.
Yep.
I mean, they're the ones that are going to be taking the lion's share of the load next year. So a good opportunity for them to get some time on a varsity field, and they're going against Pinedale's first unit.
It's one thing to do it in practice, it's another thing to do it under the lights.
3 receivers split out left for the Bobcats. 1 receiver to the right. Cole from the gun takes the snap. Give it off to Aarons. Ball's on the ground. That's picked up and being taken the other way. This is going to be a scoop and score for the Wranglers as it's returned for a touchdown. Bobcats with the fumble in the backfield and a scoop and score from about the Cat 45-yard, or excuse me, the Pinedale 45-yard line. So a 55-yard fumble return for the Wranglers.
56 with the scoop and score on.
Yeah, there is no 56 on the roster.
Whoever that is.
He showed good speed. He's gassed right now. He's got his hands on his knees in the huddle, but
big man touchdown.
That was he just got in a 55-yard sprint. So he got his conditioning in for the day.
Yeah.
Wranglers will go for 2 here. Receiver to either side. 3 receivers to the left. Kravitsky, the lone back, goes in motion, takes the toss left side. That ball's on the ground. He doesn't even go after it.
Nope.
The Cats fall on it, and the conversion no good. 3:29 to go in this one. It's the Cats 42, Pinedale 20. This is Cat Football, KDNO, on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook on the KDNO page.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
I don't have a number 56 on my route.
Pinedale with the defensive touchdown on the Bobcat fumble, the 55-yard fumble return. Extra point, no good. Bobcats leading 42-20. Pinedale has scored 20 unanswered in this one.
And the guy who returned that, it might be 66, Austin Green.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
I mean, he wasn't moving that fast. I should have been able to read the number.
And he's the one that handles the kickoff, I believe, for
oh, man.
Pinedale, and he's still a little bit gassed. You can see him taking a deep breath out there at the 40.
Well, I don't think he's going to kick it any farther than 10 yards here, so he's got his legs will be fine.
See if the Wranglers go for another onside attempt here.
His hands are still on the side.
Bobcat hands team on the field for this onside attempt, and it's a deeper kick that bounces, picked up at the 30, and going down there was
Adley
Coyne, and that's where the Cats will have it. 1st and 10 from their 30. 3:27 to go in this one.
We're into 2.5-hour game here. The second half, even with the running clock, has been
We haven't had a
go.
running clock.
Oh, no, we didn't have a running clock. You're right. Almost.
We never made it to a running clock.
No.
42-20, Cats in front. I believe Coach McPhee saw enough of the second unit.
Yep.
First unit of offense back on the field. And I think this is more about burning some clock here.
Yeah.
And taking care of the football. 3 receivers to the left for the Cats. Shumway from the gun. Brings McDermott short motion. Shumway will keep it himself off the right side. He's out over the 35. Sidesteps a couple players out over the 40 to about the 44. That'll be a gain of 14. Shumway adds to his totals.
Good game for Gavin.
1st and 10 Cats. They'll wind the clock back up. 3:10 to go in the game. Cats 1st and 10 from their 44. I think the Bobcats will take a little time here on the play clock as Ream, McCumber, and McDermott will split out to the right. Dukes to the left. Direct snap to Coyne. Adley across midfield to the Pinedale 47. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. Give Coyne 9 yards.
8, looks like.
2:30 to go. Clock continues to run. Cats taking their time, huddling up now. Just now coming in line of scrimmage. Same formation. Ream, McDermott, and McCumber will split out to the right. Dukes to the left. Bring McDermott in motion. Handoff right side. Coyne made one man miss and then just went one-on-one with the Pinedale defender and took him for a ride for close down. Except there's a flag on the far side and it'll be a hold on the Cats. So
just swallow the whistle, folks. Let's go.
Take away what would have been a first down for the Bobcats and back them up 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. So to bring up 2nd and 12. Ball back inside the Cat 45 at the 42. Clock starts back up. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Cats come to the line of scrimmage, put 3 receivers to the right again. Coyne in the backfield with Shumway. Give it to Coyne. Adley out over the 45, running hard to the 49-yard line. Bring up 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats from their 49. Pick this one up here. You can take a knee to finish this one out. Clock's at 1:20. Cats yet to come out of the huddle. Two receivers to either side now for the Bobcats. Shumway will move Coyne to his right side. Shumway will keep it himself. Gavin's going to be about he's going to be a couple yards short. He's going to pick up 3. Bring up 4th and 2, and depends on how quick I think the Cats are going to have to run one more play here. Clock's at 40. Fourth and 2 for the Bobcats from the Pinedale 48-yard line. Need to get to the 46. 2 receivers either side for the Cats. Handoff Coyne. He's got the first down. He's got more than that. He's inside the 40 down to the 35. Bobcat first down, and the Cats will go victory formation here and take a knee. 13 seconds to go in the ball game. They start the clock. The Cats won't even have to come to the line of scrimmage. As Coach McPhee comes out to greet his offensive seniors as they come off the field. Final score here from Leroy Hayes Field. The Bobcats 42, Pinedale 20. We've got post-game show coming up. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at the KDNO page.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. The Bobcats winning the regular season finale here against Pinedale 42-20. The game wasn't as close as that score might indicate. The Cats led 42-0 in the fourth quarter. Pinedale scoring the final 20 points of the ball game. One of them was a defensive score. 2 of those touchdowns came against the Bobcat second-team defense. An opportunity for Coach McPhee to get a lot of younger kids in that fourth quarter, both on offense and defense. Yes, there were some mistakes made. I'm sure there were some assignments missed. But you can't understate the importance of letting those younger kids get some time on a varsity field, Kevin, because those are the kids that are going to your summer camps this next summer. They're the ones that are going to be on the field a year from now playing varsity football, and for them to get an opportunity to see game speed varsity football, that's big for those kids.
Yeah, like I kind of alluded to, you can run that scout team kind of offense in practice for your defense to go against, but a 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the practice field looks a heck of a lot different than a 7 o'clock game on under the lights, and you've got guys on the other side of the field that are varsity players, and they're playing for some pride too, and they want to come out and do their job for the full allotment of time as well. So, but yeah, always good to develop those young players, get them to buy into the program, get them to see what they've got coming forward to them next year. And not just for the players to see what they have coming, but for the coaches to maybe evaluate a little talent here at the end of the season as well.
Offensively, the Cats for 3 quarters were able to do whatever they wanted to do. I think 5 different players scored those 6 touchdowns for the Bobcats. Jack Ream got a touchdown tonight. Wyatt McDermott got a touchdown tonight as seniors in their final, not just final high school game, but final home game of their careers. Adley Coyne with a couple touchdowns, Gavin with 1. Cats doing exactly what they wanted to do coming into this game, and that was establish the ground game and pretty much control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, Adley came out here, ran the ball 21 times, and a lot more success than he had against Big Piney on Tuesday. And that was the MO of Coach McPhee going into this game, and not just Coach McPhee, but the whole Bobcat staff was to say we're going to ground and pound it early, and we're going to make them stop us. And then, they did also a good job of throwing the ball. They didn't throw the ball many times tonight, but they were efficient when they were doing it as well. So, and also to the credit of that was the offensive line did a good job of giving Gavin the time to throw the ball when he actually did drop back to throw the ball as well.
Cats finished the season 3-5 overall, 3-4 in conference play. Pinedale finishes the season 0-8, and they were 0-7 in conference play. We'll take a timeout, come back, have final game numbers, also a chance to talk with head coach Matt McPhee. It's the Click It or Ticket postgame show. KDNO back after the timeout.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Cats winning tonight in the finale 42-20 over the Wranglers. And with the final game numbers, here's Kevin.
All right, for the Wranglers, Ziegler out of the quarterback position tonight carried the ball 15 times for 113 yards. He dropped back to throw the ball 7 times, completing only 2 of those for 18 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions for him through the air or on the ground tonight. Jensen gets knocked out of the ball game in the second half, but not before he carries the ball 9 times for 34 yards. Kravitsky had 16 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. Larson carries the ball 1 time for -1 yards, but catches 1 pass for 10. Saxton 1 catch for 8, and then Jensen late in the first or fourth quarter carries the ball 1 time for 6 yards for a touchdown. Offensive totals for the Wranglers, I have 85 yards. Sorry, that was halftime. 222 yards on the ground, 18 yards through the air for a total of 240 offensive yards for the Wranglers. Moving over to the Bobcat side, Gavin Shumway, good night for him, carrying the ball 10 times for 139 yards and a touchdown. Only had to throw the ball 8 times tonight, completed 5 of those for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns, so 3 total touchdowns for Gavin. Eli McCumber, 2 rushes for 4 yards and a touchdown for him. Adley Coyne, 21 rushes, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fumble. Did catch the ball 2 times for 16 yards. Wyatt McDermott for 2 catches, 32 yards, and a touchdown. Jack Ream also scoring a touchdown tonight for 1 catch for 15 yards. And then Damian Gosnell, Dame Time, gets a carry late in the ball game as a senior, 1 carry for 11 yards for Damian Gosnell. Offensive totals for the Thermopolis Bobcats, 390 yards on the ground, 63 through the air for a total of 453 yards. And those are your final Thermopolis Eye Care look at the stats.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and talk with head coach Matt McPhee. It's the Click It or Ticket postgame show, KDNO, and on YouTube at WyoToday.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. The Bobcats winning their season finale tonight, 42-20 over the Pinedale Wranglers. We're joined by Bobcat head coach Matt McPhee. And Coach, aside from the game stuff and how things played out today, I just want to, real quick, it's always, final home game is always a bittersweet deal for the coach. You're saying goodbye to a bunch of seniors in any given year, kids that have been with you through the program and in building this program. Always a tough night, and you want to send them out the right way, and you were able to do that tonight. 5 different kids scoring touchdowns. Jack Ream getting a touchdown tonight, Wyatt getting a touchdown tonight, Adley getting a couple. You're able to get some kids the balls, the football. Some seniors were able to get some scores in their final high school game of their career.
Yeah, and that wasn't the game plan going in, really, but we hoped that things would go well tonight. I thought we had some success. I thought the, kids got the job done. Would have liked to score a few more early, but name me a coach that's ever happy, really. But we'll take the win, really, you hit it on the head. I mean, we had a couple kids, that we wanted to get the football if we could, if the opportunity presented itself, and it did tonight. We've got 9 of them, with 9 of those seniors that I just had to look at, and some of them had big smiles on their face, and some of them had tears in their eyes. And I looked at the kids that I think realized the gravity of the situation, and I feel a little more like that we're going to miss these kids, and it's a somber moment. It really is. We've got a really good group of kids, 9 of them that we're going to miss dearly, and it's a challenge on us and the young ones going forward to pick up and build off of this.
And I would think each year gets a little bit. It becomes a little bit more personal for you. It's a little bit harder for you. Those first couple of years you're here, those seniors that you have, you've only had them for a year or two because you're new to the program. You don't get to develop maybe the relationships with those kids that as you get into years 5, 6, 7, you've been with these kids since they were freshmen, and you've known a lot of them probably since younger than that. And the relationship that you're able to build with them, it makes each year a little bit tougher than the year before.
Yeah, no doubt. It is. And it's football. It's a great game. It's a great sport. And these kids they're great kids. They really are. We've got some really awesome kids in this program. That some of them are coming back. Obviously, we've got some young ones, and but these 9 seniors, they do the right thing off the field. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent with them doing community service. Things that have nothing to do with football. And as I looked at them tonight, it just dawned on me what an outstanding group of kids that they are, and how much we'll miss them.
All right, enough of the sappy stuff. I want to talk a little bit about some football stuff that happened on the field tonight. We talked in our pregame talk about establishing the run and establishing that presence up front tonight. I thought the Bobcats did a really good job of that. They also did a good job of protecting Gavin tonight. So just kind of speak to your run game tonight and your offensive line in the trenches tonight.
Yeah, we did a good job. We run power football. We pull a guy, we double team, and we want to run vertically. And I thought we set the tone and did that early. We didn't break anything, any giant ones, but I think we had a lot of chunk plays. A lot of 7, 8, 9, 10 yards, and those are second down and 2 is a great down and distance for a football coach. And we ended up in that down and distance a lot tonight. I thought Gavin did a good job at just running around, being an athlete, doing the things that we asked him to do. Made pretty good decisions with the football. Adley Coyne ran the ball extremely tough. It's been a pretty big week for him. Where he was 8 days ago, and then breaks out for 278 against Mountain View, and then comes out tonight and looks like he had another 250 yard plus rushing day. So good for him, and good for the team to cap the season. Unfortunately, a win short from playing next week, but I thought they came out and had pride tonight and finished.
Yeah, great finishing home game for those players out there tonight. You missed Rhodey Farrell out there again tonight. He finishes the season injured, but you got to be excited. You've got your running back and your quarterback coming back next year to kind of head that team. So just kind of what are we looking for next year?
Well, I think having Gavin and Rhodey back, as your 1-2 punch in the backfield, I think we've grown as a staff. I think one of the things coming out of this year, I've got a great group of assistant coaches. I really do. I can't say enough about them. We had a new addition, our new O-line coach, Coach Bowker. He and Coach Johnson do a fantastic job, and it takes time to gel and come together as a staff as well. And hopefully we can have we can continue and build off of this. And I really felt like towards the end of the season that the O-line, the quarterback, the running back played well together, and I'm excited for the future. And we've got some young guys that'll give Rhodey and Gavin a challenge, and that's we talk about competition will breed success, and we need some young guys to go ahead and challenge these guys as we've had this past year.
Always good to finish the season on a positive note with a win and carry that kind of momentum and energy and excitement into the off season. As you I know you, and I know you're already thinking about off-season workouts and what's in store for the spring and what's in store for the summer, and it's always good to take that win into that stuff. Before we let you go, I just want to, and I said it down there to you on the field, and I just want to say it publicly to everybody on the air. I appreciate you every game, win, lose, coming up here talking with us. I know it's not always easy to do after a loss. But you're one of the few that, regardless of the outcome, you come up and talk to us, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Donnie. And if I'm not mistaken, I understand that this may or may not be your last game, and I do want to say thank you. It's a pleasure working with you, your professionalism, and we'll miss you. Hopefully, we'll come around. If I can't find you, I'm going to come over to that golf course and see if I can't take you out and beat you. Take $5 off you.
Sounds good. You know where you can always find me there.
Thanks, Kevin.
I got
Thanks,
bets on Donnie though.
Bobcat head coach Matt McPhee will take a timeout, come back, wrap things up here from Leroy Hayes Field. It's the Click It or Ticket postgame show, KDNO, back after the timeout.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show as we get ready to close things out here from Leroy Hayes Field. The Bobcats winning the final game of the season, 42-20 over Pinedale. The Cats finished 3-5 on the season and missed the playoffs essentially by a game. They needed to run the table these last three and accomplished two of those three, but the loss on Tuesday is going to keep the Cats from reaching the postseason this year, Kevin. And I know that that will be something that doesn't sit well with anybody wearing the purple and gold, but a good win tonight and a good way to finish out the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was kind of a blessing that the game got to be played at home tonight because it kind of lessens that sting. You don't get to go to the playoffs, but this was kind of your last hurrah for these guys, and a good showing by the Bobcat faithful here tonight to come cheer on those seniors and all the other players on the Bobcat team for that matter. But yeah, always disappointing we don't get to hit the playoffs, but I think I'm watching the players out there on the field right now getting pictures taken with their buddies, and these are those ones you'll see in the scrapbook years from now, and 20 years from now you'll call your buddy up and say, hey, what are you doing? And it's just kind of cool. Like I said, I'm just glad that this game, since you don't get to go to the playoffs, is played here at Leroy Hayes Field tonight because it's like I said, I think it does lessen that sting for the Bobcats.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And as you said, one of the great things about high school sports is one, the friendships that you develop, that the camaraderie that you develop, and those will be friendships that last a lifetime. But it's also those memories. And every one of those kids down there is going to take these memories with them, and they'll have those forever for sure. And they can always say that they won their last game that they played in their high school career. Those that don't go on to play beyond here, and so not everybody gets to say that. There's a bunch of seniors leaving from Pinedale tonight that don't get to say that they won the last game that they played, and so that's something that those kids can keep as well.
Right. And before I get into giving away a pizza. We alluded to it, Donnie, most likely your last game in the broadcast booth. And you talk about those friendships you develop, and I've appreciated the last couple of years that I've got to work alongside of you in the booth and the friendship that we've developed. A lot of miles put on our vehicles, a lot of road trips, and I think Coach McPhee hit it on the head. Through and through a professional, whatever you do, Donnie. So I appreciate all the games that I've got to call with you, and good luck in whatever you decide to do with your free time now.
Appreciate that. It is my last game here. I've decided that, 450 games between football and basketball is enough. Time to let somebody else come in and do it, and time to start enjoying being able to go where I want to go, when I want to go, and when I want to do it. So this is it. It's tough for sure, but I've enjoyed all the games over the years. I appreciate Mark Witt for giving me the opportunity years ago to start doing this with him during basketball, and got to call a couple state championship games with Mark in football. I got to call a couple of state championship games for basketball when my daughter was playing, and those are, again, those memories. I'll take them with me forever, and so it's been great to be the voice of the Bobcats for all these years. I've appreciated it, and it's been a lot of fun, and again, time to let somebody else come in and take over the reins.
Yeah, if anyone out there is listening and they think they can handle hanging out with me eight Fridays out of the year, give me a ring. But not just what you do on the broadcast booth, Donnie, but you're a Bobcat faithful. You do a lot of work with the Booster Club. You do a lot of work with the Hall of Fame and everything like that. So the Bobcat community really does appreciate everything that you've done for them.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's move on to our P6 station player of the game.
I'm going to go ahead and give it to Mr. Gavin Shumway tonight. A good, well-rounded game out of Gavin. 10 carries, 139 yards on the ground, ran one in. But on top of that, he threw 2 touchdowns tonight, 5 for 8, 63 yards, and no picks for Gavin. So very clean game for Gavin. Contributed with the ground game and the air game tonight. So Gavin Shumway is your P6 station player of the game.
Very good, and congratulations to Gavin, and a well-played game here tonight for him, and good game all around for the Bobcats in general as they come away with the big win here tonight to close out the season.
I just want to thank all of our sponsors that we had this season. We had some new people sponsor the Bobcats this year, and if any of you have watched this stream online, the new feature that we brought to the football games this year, it is not possible without the people that you see in that lower left corner that get flashed through our entire broadcast. So if you see any of those people or frequent any of their businesses, I encourage you to drop a thank you to them as well, because nothing that we have done is without their help.
Absolutely. It's all of these broadcasts are made possible by all those sponsors of the Bobcat Athletics. And so for one last time, I want to thank Rusty, Kirk, everybody down in Riverton for running the show for us, keeping everything in order. I want to thank my broadcast partner here, Kevin Simpson, for all the years and all the memories and everything else that, again, I'll take with me here as we move on to the next chapter in our lives. And once again, thank all of you for listening. And the final score from Leroy Hayes Field, the Bobcats over the Pinedale Wranglers 42-20. Thank you all for listening. Enjoyed bringing the games to you this season. Have a great evening. Thanks for listening.